everybody, and welcome to episode number 38. And I'm confident that it's 38 because next session is going to be 39. It's going to be our last session in a while, and it annoys me that we couldn't end on episode 40. It's like, oh, fuck. It's because of that one shot we did. If it was a normal session, it would have been 40. Fuck! Annoying me more and more every single day. Yes, and even a spooky day, Friday the 13th. Yeah. Very intriguing. I'm doing with my other group. I'm also, doing a horror session as a last session before I go on a break, because I obviously won't be playing with them. So I've been preoccupied with doing that, since it's one of the first sessions in a long time that is not taking place on the Saphire Plane, which just means more work for me. But yeah, I wanted to try something different. Yeah, but enough about my personal life, and more to our D&D life here. I'm thinking about whether or not we have any predictions we can make for today's episode, but I don't think there's anything big. I mean, you could still try and guess what's up with Arya if you have any clues to that, but I don't think there's any immediate guess necessary.
I thought about it this week, and I think I have a new theory.
Okay, then you can say it during your introduction. But we have to start off with
me. I am Greg, and I am playing Iric Spanner, the human artificer. I'm finally actually doing artificer things again, and it feels kind of good that maybe those things will come in handy soon. So we'll see how that goes. As for Arya, I mean, easiest assumption would be that there's some alternate reality that she just like popped into for a second and came back with I don't know, maybe a different perspective on the world or something. I don't know. Strange.
Interesting.
Hi, I'm Matt. Playing Fiera, the Chronomancer Wizard. I don't have much to say. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Cheers.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
No comment on the Arya incident because Fiera doesn't know that something went wrong.
That went perfectly for me.
Hi, I'm Skit. I play Isarella Liafina, the druid. I'll be venting myself all night long because COVID sucks. And yeah, I have a new theory, and I believe that the very first time Fiera played with her chronomancy and Arya, she replaced her with another one, and now it's the legitimate Arya that is coming back.
Wow.
I think that's it. That is my new theory.
Okay, interesting. High concept.
Yes.
Then we can go to Arya. You obviously don't have to guess.
So obviously, I'm Felicia. I'm playing Arya. I can't say what's happening. But yeah, it's fun. I like dropping little clues here and there. So we'll see if they start figuring it out.
Yeah. Let the fish swim in the waters, because that is the best part, to be outside of the pond and to see everything. I'm a nice guy, so because Skid is enduring what that with COVID, I will give you an inspiration for that. Just because, be a trooper. Be a trooper. That is what I like about my D&D players. Okay. Without further ado, we can just jump right into it. And as per usual, it always takes time for me. Upping up my improv. A forgotten past. This mystery has become a plague. Not even the known wise are enlightened. Curse this land. Curse these eyes. And curse this blood. But the curiosity strengthens. It seeks the answers it can't get. It seeks the answers in the holy blood. Oh, holy blood. May you show the truth that hides. Oh, holy blood. May you reveal the curse that plagues. For are the children not those who have been chosen to receive the reward that shall bless humanity? Oh, holy blood. If they hesitate, is that not blasphemy? What beast is this? It comes from a different place. Oh, fear it, children. Spread the word. Fear the blood. Fear that which it shall show. Blessed be the sweet nectar, for we shall succumb to it. We shall be consumed by the holy blood. This land is cursed. We are cursed. Our blood is cursed. Save us, oh holy blood. Save us, oh holy blood. Save us, oh holy blood. Save us. Holy blood! We have it once again. Starting this off with an apology that I forgot to make to the viewers, which is watching back on the previous episode. I was like eating during the session because, you know, I was hungry, but I didn't know that it picked up so well on the microphone, so they were enjoying some ASMR unintentionally from my side, and while watching it even I felt uncomfortable. So I will refrain from eating, or if I'm going to eat I will put the microphone far away so it doesn't pick it up. Yes, before I forget that, because holy shit, I was loud as hell. Anyways, to more important matters, the recap. You guys have been spending almost like a minor vacation inside of the Zephyrus Archives, kind of enjoying your safety and stay and hospitality from the people you've met, and are using this time to research, prepare, and buy the necessary equipment and items and other things that could potentially help you in your future endeavors. However, some things didn't go as smoothly as one would have expected. For example, the incident of Arya being yeeted intentionally by Fiera, but getting pulled back a bit later than what she had planned or estimated for. But she seemed fairly fine. And yeah, there hasn't been a lot that was going on other than you just kind of, bracing for your next travel to potentially the Isthmus crossing close to the border of Colors to potentially investigate a hint that you found inside of the Zephyrus archives, which is a note that seems to be addressing Calix pretty directly and mentioning a place of birth, and having put all the clues together, you presume it could be the Isthmus crossing. However, the last thing that happened, I believe, is y'all just kind of spent the last days just resting, especially Arya, since she came back from the dead and has mentally recovered now. And now it's just a question of what you wish to continue to do. This is the last day where your armor is supposed to be finished, Arya. And when you wake up, there also seems to be a letter that has been swept underneath the thing, underneath the door and placed inside of the tower, addressing Isorel.
I will look at that letter, if possible.
Yes, you pick a piece of paper up. I think you have the strength to do that. And
I should.
you look
Paper
inside.
cut.
Ah, shit.
That one.
Yeah. And it's a letter from Terrendale, who's just kind of inviting you to say that he has time now, as you have requested to speak with him, and you can meet him whenever you wish to inside of his office again.
Wonderful. I will keep that piece of paper somewhere on my person in that case.
Okay. Then from the oh, I forgot to mute my Discord. So, no, it was not your Discord notification, it was mine. I'm talking with the viewers right now because I bet some of them get confused. Yeah, then what is your plan today? It's a cloudy day, still quite warm from the summer high storm that has passed a couple of days ago. But what do you wish to do?
Before people head out, I will do Arcane Aura on the Big Holding, Eric's, and the Scroll Case skin. That's 7 out of 30 to make it permanent.
Okay.
I would like to go and pick up my my stuff from the blacksmith at some point. But first I would sorry, I'm thinking as I'm talking. Before leaving, I would obviously consult with the rest of the group if there is anything important that needs to be done today.
Just getting my armor. I don't think that there's anything else that's super important today. At least for me.
Yeah, I'll just be looking for supplies for travels. Nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
got a couple things that I want to go and buy, but specifically, no, nothing to go actually do.
Great. Well, I mean, I guess if something comes up, we'll be able to contact each other.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow. all
We
that-
should be able to.
Yeah, for 8 hours.
Wonderful. I guess I will send word ahead to Overmere. I'm curious if the High Cleric has any advice for us for our travels, since he helped us already. And I think we're heading to Overmere once we're ready, right? The Inquisition teleport sigil sends us there, so probably the quickest way north.
Absolutely the quickest way north.
Yes.
Glad I could offer some sort of assistance.
Very helpful. Okay, well, tonight, let's make sure we have everything we need and take this last day to take it easy before we... I mean, who knows what's going to happen, so...
Yeah.
Got to admit, it's been kind of fun not worrying about a whole lot of stuff the last couple days.
It was a very welcome rest.
Yes. Okay, well,
Then you all go to your individual business. So yeah, I saw you kind of go out and pick up the thing that you have commissioned by,
Yep.
which is the same guy who owns the magic and weapon store, since he's the only quote-unquote smith in town. Hands it to you. You already paid for it, so you just get 4 pins.
Yep.
And yeah, I guess we will follow you since you're the only one with a very
Specific.
directive. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll collect the things. Thank you very much for this. Means a lot to me.
No worries, I tried my best. I don't usually very good with designing small things, but I think I did your request justice.
It is better than I even imagined. So yes, very, very happy with the results.
By the way, you can also tell your friend that her armor's done as well, and she can pick it up whenever she feels like to.
Wonderful. And in my mind, I'll say, Arya, your armor is ready to be picked up whenever you want.
Oh, thank you. And then I'll just start heading that way.
since you are there, I never looked at the scrolls on the wall. I did peek in. Can you just see if there's like a tag or something? I think there were 2.
A tag?
I just want to know what they are.
Okay, and I'll kind of look around to see if I can see what Fiera is talking about.
You can make a perception check.
Yep. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
By like a grocery list.
Oh,
Great.
but the store owner, seeing you just completely looking at a empty shelf, confused as to what Fiera is requesting from you, he immediately kind of gets the gist that you're looking for something, and he's like, can I help you with something else? You look a bit lost there.
Yes. I'm very sorry. That's gonna sound very strange, and if I am prying on something private, please tell me to fuck off. But apparently you have a scroll on the wall with some tags, and my friend was curious what it was about.
Scrolls, as in spell scrolls.
I guess so.
Yeah, sure, they're on the other side of the room, actually. Points to
Oh,
a very obvious displayed shelf with like scrolls inside of it.
that would be it. Wonderful.
Alright. Well, I currently have 3 that I'm selling. One of them has the very useful fly spell inside, allows you to fly. Other one also heavily requested and used inside of the city. Tongues allows you to understand and communicate with every language. And the last one, for the more nifty people, try to stay safe without putting their own body at risk. We got clairvoyance.
I'll relay the information to Fiera.
Oh, you probably don't hear the jingling of coins. But like rifling through my purse. Do you mind asking for prices on all 3?
Yes. How much would it cost me if I wanted to purchase all 3?
Oh, all 3 together.
Yes.
That would go around 550.
I'll relay the information to Fiera.
550 gold or platinum?
Gold.
I'll tell you what, if you get all 3, I will pay you back.
No worries, I got you. I'll take all 3 in that case.
Alright. Well then. Here you go. And I'll just take some off the table. And he has like several of the same ones. And then he kind of just places new ones there. Except for the clairvoyance one. Seems like he only has one of them. And hands them over to you.
Thank you very much. My friend will be very happy about this.
Oh, I sure hope so.
He likes to dabble in those things. It's kind of her thing.
A wizard, I presume?
Yes, sir.
Very well. I'm also confident that they will come in quite handy, if used correctly, of course.
Oh, yes. I have no doubt we will find a way to put them to good use.
You have 3 spell scrolls at your disposal.
I'll just put them in my bag of holding and get on my way with my day.
Okay. And guess we can just kind of quickly go over to Aria, since you will probably appear there shortly after. Seeing Isaro leave with 3 scrolls underneath her arm. I think Aria.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's what you did. Yeah, and he just kind of brings out this your very fine leather armor, since you requested to have him enchanted on your piece of armor. So, still the same kind of studded leather tunic that I think you actually bought in Zuna Ania, right? If I remember correctly. Yes.
I did.
And you can see, like, visually there isn't a lot difference from the visual perspective, but if you kind of look closely on each of the kind of studded parts of the leather itself, there are carvings inside of, and if held correctly on the light, it kind of shimmers a little bit, just looks a bit more pristine, and some of the damages it has sustained over the time he also has fixed for you. Kind of hands them over and says, well, here you are. fixed a few of the patches it sustained during your trials of combat, but the enchantment should work and keep you safe on your future travels.
Thank you so much. This is gonna hopefully save my life again.
No, I sure hope so too, because if I will come back for, I don't know, even more purchases in the future, and wouldn't want to lose a customer.
Oh, I'm sure. Thank you.
Yes, and you would have to then pay 700 gold, since you kind of pre-paid him 1,000, and then you have to pay him 700 again for the full price.
All right, 700 gold.
Including this purchase. And then we will switch to Eirik, who I believe just wanted to buy some stuff.
Yeah, there's
Is
a
it-
couple things I'd like to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is the armor just like the +1?
Yes, +1 studded
Is that it?
leather.
Okay.
Yep.
I just want to make sure I get that added. Sorry.
No worries.
Sorry. Yeah. So, couple things I want to buy, or look for at least. But I also want to go to the archive real quick and check out one little thing.
Yep.
I would like to go and research anything that has to do with Reptiliath.
Interesting. Okay. Which layer do you wish to go to research that?
The silver layer in the unpublished books and stuff about frowned upon people.
Then you can make a investigation check there.
Oh, come. I think my digital dice is cocked. It rolled and it literally the point is standing straight up at me.
Oh shit! Dang, that's
We can see it in.
Yeah, you did okay.
Yeah, it's in roll 20.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The dice, yeah. It
um
gets cocked digitally. What's
yeah, you kind of look around, and there are a few books about odd spirits and quote unquote heretical or pagan beliefs, and people who kind of write about that. But most of them are very vague, random things about, you know, experiences that they had, and then they kind of just proclaim to have been visited by some sort of spirit. Most of them don't really have any substantial evidence or greater meaning to them, and the lack of information that they also relay is kind of just makes them mad scramblings of people in a fever state. But you do find a catalog of specifically Fey beliefs, and how some older tribes that have existed within the Servalon Woods very often kind of mention spirits that have been recounted several of times, not just once, giving them a bit more credibility since there's more than one source mentioning them. Specifically from tribes of either lizard folk that kind of have migrated down south in the island regions of Azathia, and the UNT, and those two folks very specifically pray to a Fey spirit known as Reptiliath. And that's really
Right.
the only mention of Reptiliath, where the name only gets kind of dropped, but there's no further information about him other than he seems to be a spirit that encompasses the ideology of reptilians, and kind of that there's a logical conclusion why the lizard folk and UNT would believe in such a god or spirit.
Is there anything that talks about, like, relating to the ruins that we were at? Is there anything like that references other ruins like it? Sort of just in the woods or anywhere in the world, really?
There are no specific locations I mentioned, but it does very heavily specify that those two tribes, and they say tribes because they live still very primitive ways, so they still have the kind of nomadic culture ingrained inside of their blood, and kind of just go from cave to cave instead of building settlements. And very often these places where they stay end up in ruins that they have found, and often kind of nestle inside of there for a while before they kind of migrate to a new one. But there isn't a specific mention of one location, other than, you know, the Servalon Great Woods that the UNT kind of are present there, and that the lizard folk have migrated down south to the islands of Azathia.
All right. I'm also, while I'm here, I'd like to also look up anything that has, look up anything about spells that have, like, shield and protection capabilities, just to kind of get a sense of, things that I might be able to, impart into, artificer things.
Yeah, and which layer would you like to go to for that?
I'll go down, actually, just because I'm curious to see what it looks like. I'll go down into the platinum level. See if there's any, like, deep information about these, you know, like, you know, shield protection capabilities.
Okay. So you go inside there and are once again greeted by the big hall instead of bookcases. And in the middle is Otto, who also just greets you and kind of also just asks you what you want. You saying defensive or shield-like spells, and he will then open the appropriate door for you. Then you can make another... Well, he will actually say, looking at you, coming in with a request for defensive spells, and he says, well, if you are looking for something defensive in spellcraft, I do not perceive the necessity to search within the personal collection of Zephygus.
Well, I understand that. I just figured maybe there would be some, you know, real sort of real world accounts of these things being used, not just sort of, you know, wishy-washy, you know, magic descriptions or anything. I want to see if there's actually proof that these things can work. And no, I mean that's fine. I don't want to intrude. I was also just kind of curious because some of the others have been down here, and it just kind of could be fun. But it's fine. I'll just go upstairs.
No, it is understandable. I'm just clarifying that the things you will find inside of this collection are most often far beyond the purview of normal spellcasting. The golden and silver layer will be more than enough to give to you what you wish for, even accounts of very often used spells in modern arcana.
Okay, sure. That's understandable. Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it, and I'll just turn around and head back upstairs.
Okay. Then which layer would you like to go?
I'll just go back up to Silver.
Okay, it's like...
kind of like walk back in the room, like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, then
yeah.
Can make an investigation check there. Yeah, well, immediately find a very often used spell that gets often taught to one of the basic spells getting taught to abjuration wizards who specialize in the art of defense and warding, and it's a shield spell which will generate a temporary barrier around the caster to potentially ward them off any attacks that gets aimed at them, which is a very quick and easy way to protect yourself from harm. And most of the spells that are described inside of here is creating a kind of physical pattern within the weaves that then manifests as a physical barrier that prevents any physical contact of being placed. So it's literally just creating a wall, which often gets accomplished by creating a very, almost like a diamond that has this very particular structure, and you're just doing the same with the weave. And that's kind of the art of abjuration. The more tight-knit this weave is, the stronger the barrier. And the other example for that is there's a kind of upgraded version of the shield spell, which is a true shield spell, which requires a bit more from the caster, but it has also the ability to absorb any elemental effects from an attack and then kind of turn it into a temporary shield that stays on the caster itself, basically absorbing and then retaining power instead of just kind of blocking it in a one-dimensional way. And then there are also other magics that kind of have a very intricate weave pattern that allow to create kind of a half dome around the caster that no physical or magical thing can penetrate as long as you stay within this globe. So it has such an intricate weave that not even magic itself is able to pass through it. And then that's kind of a main list that you can find of defensive spells.
Cool. And is there any no, never mind. Yeah, okay. No, I'll just head back upstairs and go on a tiny shopping trip.
Okay. I guess just tell me what you're shopping for.
Yeah, so I'd like a net that can feasibly hold one or two medium-sized creatures if just like thrown at them. I guess maybe just like a regular fishing net or something. I'd also like to go looking for ammunition for a hand crossbow, little bolts for that, and potentially any that might have magical properties to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll ask at the magic store, the weapons store, and I'll go back to Bits and Bob's to see if anybody has heard of an immovable rod coming around through town or anything.
Yeah. Can easily buy a net that you said can hold how many people? Like two?
Two medium creatures, basically.
Yeah, that you can knock off 3 gold for that. What was the other thing again? I forgot.
Bolts for a hand crossbow, whether they're regular or magical.
Yes. Doesn't seem to have any magical currently in place, but you can definitely buy normal bolts. And I guess how many would you like?
Let's go with 20.
20, then you can knock off 20 silver for that, which is 2 gold. And for the mover word, asking around, the Leonin storekeeper will kind of confirm with you that he hasn't seen one or procured one as of recently, or actually in a long time. But he feels very confident that the magic store in Ovalmir most likely has one, just because it's a
Right.
larger city.
Sounds good to me. Shoot. Okay. Let's roll back and go back to the archive before I leave. There was one other thing.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to go into where's my page go again? I'd like to go to the gold level and see if anything pops up about the underground city from Sunanir, or any maybe underground networks that have spread out across the Sapphire's Plane, or at least Azathia. Any existence of other underground worlds.
Yes, okay. Let's make an investigation check, and then for that. 22. Yeah, kind of reading about underground stuff or criminal activity specifically. Two names that pop up immediately are the Elfenbein Cartel and the Arachnix Assassins, which is Assassin's Guild that you have heard of before. And they both seem to be very big players, specifically since they are deeply tied with the noble families of Azathia itself, and have probably as much power as a noble family, since they are so involved in what's going on. And people believe that the main root of underground activity might have started either in a smaller village, Port Imazas, up north of Azathia, because it's a easy way to cross the border from Azathia to Collis without having to go through the kind of military gate, and that the Elfenbein Cartel very heavily works between Azathia and Collis, transporting, the famous drag Scratch, and that people believe it's either Port Imazas or Port Zeverin that have kind of where maybe they grew up or started up. And the Arachnix Assassins were, very infamous killers, so much so that the Dukes just decided, they could kill us at any time, so it's better if they're on our side than on the other side. And so they just literally hired them. And there's to believe that there's one of their assassins, and there are 8 head assassins, kind of representing each eye of a spider. And there's one in every big major city that is just kind of keeping a lookout on local Assassin's Guild to make sure that they don't mess around or go against the Duke families. So they're kind of placed there as, to ward off anyone who would attempt to assassinate a Duke family. Even though in this specific book, which is written by a former assassin, he states that the Duke members don't shy away to hire one of the higher assassins to actually take care of other members of Duke families if they deem them, troublesome of their own political endeavors, and that has occurred multiple times in the past, and their activities are still very present in this day. So if you pay them a lot of fucking money, they will even kill a duke for you, basically.
Interesting.
And specifically to Zonania, since you asked, Zonania is the largest underground kind of activity, just because it's the largest city in scale by a long shot compared to the others. So the expansion rate was way too fast, and so it just kind of developed that there are a lot of homeless people who lost their jobs, or have a lot of animosity against other people, and it just kind of naturally developed that way. And then so this kind of co-inhabitant space of Duke family and then underground families just kind of popped up. And obviously the most notorious underground individual is a woman known as Lady Vanspire, whose name is not allowed to be mentioned within her district, otherwise heavy punishment is inflicted on them. And no one really knows why, or there's no real information about her or anything else. She is a very mysterious figure in the history of kind of very influential people inside of Sunania.
All right. Nice and normal things. Okay, yeah. That's basically it for me.
Okay. Then we shall go to Matt or Fiera if she has anything special to do on this day.
Yeah, I kind of got a final to-do list. So we're probably gonna need food for travel. Can I get like 30 decent rations that I could so I can cook for us on the road?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just need to know how much that would cost for like okay food, just above jerky, something I can cook.
Just that's a nice sentence. Just above jerky. Yes, you can definitely do that. Let me quickly see how much.
Pretty sure that's just raw meat.
It actually is, yeah.
I am looking for 30 rations of just raw food.
Okay, 30. That would go for one ration is 5 silver pieces. You can do the math yourself. Wait, so 15 gold, yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. Mark that down. Food. Well, I need more scribing supplies. I'll see if Ilton is up to give me some more of that good old ink.
He definitely is.
See, how much am I gonna get? I guess I will get 400 gold worth more.
Okay, that can be easily done.
Perfect. Okay, so I went through my spells and I need components. So I'll see if I can find like a jeweler. I'll even ask like Ilton if he knows someone in town that sells jewels, pearls, that kind of thing.
He has a few, like said, he crushes gems sometimes to but there is no dedicated jeweler in town. They usually get imported from collars, since most of the gems and jewels and stuff come from the mines. So you probably will find a good jeweler either in Uvalmir or Port Imazars, since they are the closest to the border and have the exports there.
Okay, I'll try there then, because I need a decent size, or like a big one. Okay, then I will send a message to High Cleric Godric Azaquinas.
Very well. What is
and
the
I will
message?
say, good morning, Your Holiness. We'll pass through Ovalmir and head north tomorrow. Would I be able to obtain some holy water when I arrive there?
Message goes off, and you get a fairly quick response. Glad to hear that you're taking a visit. Of course, you can have some of our holy water.
Perfect. Okay, so that's good. Don't know if I have anything else to do. So over here I can get jewels, holy pearls, holy water. I don't really have anything else to do, so I guess I will wait for Izarel so I can get those scrolls and get the money passed to her, and I'll be good to go.
Okay. Then I think it's time we back to Izarel.
Yes. I wanted to do something and I forgot what I wanted to do.
Very typical.
Yes.
Should we
I-
give you time?
My brain is not
Blame
working.
COVID.
Absolutely, absolutely. My brain is absolute mush right now. I'm trying to remember, so come back to me.
Yeah, maybe I can remind you. You have a letter, so maybe you wanted to.
Right, yes, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
no worries. Okay, so you're just gonna go to Tewandale?
Yes.
Yeah, easy enough. You show the letter to the Denari Student Council office and are led directly to his personal office, where you have to sit for a while since he isn't actively there, but he arrives shortly after 2 minutes, since it seems like you caught him at the exact moment when you went to toilet, because that also happens in the fantasy world, boys. So he kind of comes in, he's currently trying his hands, and says, hi Sarah, yes. Glad to see you're still doing quite fine. So I received your letter and you wanted to talk with me about some things. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed. I had an original reason to come and see you, but now I actually have something else I wanted to discuss with you.
Oh,
Since you were my professor for diplomacy, technically.
well, not just technically. I would like to think of myself as an actual professor, but
Well, yes, but you knew my ulterior motives coming here were not to study with you.
fair point.
It technically was on my part.
Okay, understand. Yes, and I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Have you heard about what happened in Corvalli?
Hard not to, in my space. And
Right.
well, didn't want to address it completely because I didn't know how you would react to it, but hope your father's doing well. Have you heard from him since?
From the last I've heard in the last couple of days, he is resting and well. They did require the help of the High Cleric in Olomir to make sure that he was gonna get through it, but he is okay and resting.
That is good to hear. It would have been horrible if you would have lost him. The influence he has on the political scape is definitely something we can't lose at this current given time.
Indeed, yes. It's a little bit why I came to you today. I'm trying to figure out why one of the closest collaborators to my dad would turn on him like that, and I was wondering if you had heard of rumors or something that could have happened. And please don't spare my feelings. Although I am very close to the daughter of the Einsight, I separate her completely from what's happening right now. I know she wasn't there, she didn't know.
Yes, it struck me by surprise too after hearing that some of the investigators... Well, there's no direct correlation that says that the Einsicht family has targeted the Liafina family. It's just more curious why... Well, it's not necessarily curious from outside space. Although the Liafina family has worked closely together with the Einsicht family, and that a strong bond. During the talks of the Selianas Pact, the Einsicht family is fairly quiet for the most part. However, I do know that they are very close ties with Duke Kronberg, and he was the main front pusher for the signature of the Selianas Pact. So naturally, when the Affiner family got taken out of the equation, willingly or unwillingly, I think most people assumed that the Einsicht family would take over their position since they have worked closely together. Just people didn't expect them to take on their side that the Affiner family was fighting against. And that is what kind of flipped their tables on the political side, since people just assumed that maybe because of this assassination attempt that it changed the Einsicht family's opinion on what is currently happening, motivating them to actually speak for the signature of the Selianas Pact, since there also have been rumors going around that the Holy Legions might have been involved, even though I wouldn't believe them. I think they're just desperate fanatics trying to villainize them, but every word nowadays cannot be ignored. Yes, whatever it is, and I think you already know this, but Duke Kronberg is heavily involved in whatever is going on inside of Gore Valley.
Oh yeah, I'm realizing that, and to think that he approached me right before I left and wanted to use me as a little spy for him.
That does sound very in nature of what it seems like his operation does. Well, I guess what are your plans now going into the future?
For now, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing right now. And if my father requests for me to go home, then I'll see when that happens. Metaphorically, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But for now, I feel like what I'm doing is quite important and might actually help or not, still to be determined, with what is happening in Azathia right now. Have you heard of, I'm sure you have heard actually, this individual Calyx back in Sunanir that is being used?
Yes, that's quite some troublesome news to hear what has been going there, and to imagine that you encountered this individual is truly frightening.
Yes. So, Master Cephagus actually enrolled my group to take care of him.
Wow, this is quite the enrollment. Well, I guess
Yes.
feels a bit awkward to say congratulations on this stuff, but I think
I am honored to receive recognition from Master Cephagus. Obviously, this is a great honor. I just wish it was in other circumstances. You know,
yes, of course.
I'm not exactly the best track record of this school, you know.
Oh, certainly not.
So yes, yeah. So I will be actually leaving to Ovalmir and then towards the border with Colis tomorrow.
And where specifically? The southern border?
Yes, to the crossing.
Right. Oh, I might actually have to get there quickly, since there might be some trouble brewing there potentially in the near future. Don't know if you have kept up with the kind of political developments and more specifically the military developments that have been happening over the last couple of days.
I know there is trouble brewing. I don't know the extent of it, but I know that Colis was getting ready to perhaps do something.
Is definitely preparing themselves, and more frightening to say that the Holy Lichniers have now done active measures to pressurize both Azathia and Colis, which is why I'm, how should we say, a bit concerned of you going there, since the 10th Crusader Legion has now been stationed and deployed to the northern Azathian city at Kendorn. So currently our own Azathian military is stationed fairly closely as well in Port Severum, and they are currently awaiting orders whether or not to engage with the Crusader Legions if they move further inside of Azathia. And if that does happen, the point of conflict would be the Isthmus crossing.
Well, in that case, we could probably get going really quick. Because that might turn ugly.
Most definitely. It's not the only border the Holy Lichniers have been deploying most of their Crusader Legions now. One of their Crusader Legions is now approaching the eastern border of Colis, and the two Crusader Legions up north are now also approaching the northern border. So whatever happens, if Colis does not back down, I am pretty sure we will see some violence escalate fairly soon.
I sure hope it doesn't end the way it seems to be going in Tellus right now.
Yes, seems like the engagement there has definitely picked up the Holy Lichniers, making them a bit more paranoid what Colis and Azathia will do. So they're trying to, I presume, block off all their weak points. However, the thing I find more interesting is that, well, that two Crusader Legions have switched sides, sort of. The one in Ovalmir has made a non-aggression pact. However, they were denounced by the new Supreme Pontiff and are now charged with treason for going against the ways of the light. And a similar thing, though maybe a bit differently motivated, happened at the Ashgate Fort at Colis, where one of the Crusader Legions there has also sided with the throne and are now occupying the eastern border together with the Dwarven military.
Are you telling me that the Lichnius would be ready to call the High Cleric and his troop in Ovalmir like act of treason? Is that what I'm hearing? That the High Cleric is currently in danger of being seen as a heretic?
Well, he is already seen as a heretic. At least in the official statement made by the Supreme Pontiff.
That's... I'm sorry if it sounds insensitive, but that is actually a relief to me. That actually makes me happy, kind of.
It does, in the sense that I am not concerned that one of the Crusader Legions that are just a couple of miles away from here is going to attack us anytime soon. But this is
Yes.
sort of provoking the incentive
It is
for the
indeed.
Holy Legions to attack us, which
But you know my personal aversion to the light and the lichness and everything they stand for. And a few days ago, the High Cleric actually brought Arya back from the dead. And I felt a little bit conflicted having someone from the lichness performing such a high task for someone so close to me. So knowing that he's not exactly associated with the lichness themselves kind of comforts me. Very selfishly.
no, that's okay. But remember, the Holy Legions is a immensely big group, and there are a lot of different people inside of there. So it doesn't surprise me that at least some of them have kind of departed on their ways or the goals that they are striving towards to nowadays. It is important to separate the people from the practices, because the Holy Legions in itself is a good organization, but I think their own strict rules placed on them are limiting their ability to cooperate in these trying times.
Sorry. That's information I actually want to remember, so I'm just sorry. No, I completely understand.
Yeah.
It's a big conflict for me. In the past couple of weeks, I have learned that not everyone in the lichness is inherently bad. Just for example, the wizard that I travel with is actually a great person. Maybe a little bit lost, but a good person, you know.
As most people are.
I was lost for so long. I still am, technically. And yeah, I'm realizing that the lines might be a little bit more blurred than I thought they were.
Yes, they definitely are. And I think with time, hopefully things will clear up a bit, but... Well, not to add on the already growing plates of things you have to remember, but... since you've been traveling a lot, you might also not have heard that Collis has now also denounced the Holy Legions as the main religion in their own borders, and they have now their own religion that they have stapled onto the people. And it seems like they are taking the same route the Holy Legions does. So if you encounter any missionaries while you go up north to Azathia, don't be surprised, they are probably from Collis.
Okay, and they are basing themselves on the light as well, just their own twist?
Well, yeah, kinda. They refer to themselves as the Forge Fire Doctrine.
The what?
Forge Fire Doctrine. Yeah, I have not looked closely into it. I'm more interested in the political side. And it seems like...
Yeah, completely understand. This is not usually your field of things, but I do appreciate you kind of putting me back into the loop of things I should know.
No, you are a busy woman, and I understand that, so...
Yeah.
Cannot keep our attention to everything that is happening in the world. but I think for what you're doing, this might actually be quite important.
Have you heard about the ruins we found?
No, I think I might have from Varshina, I think, mentioned, since
Yes.
she knows I was the professor of you, kind of mentioned by the by, but
Yeah. We found draconic ruins in the woods, not too far from here. Very interesting.
yes, Varshina was very adamant about that, and I am also thinking how this might change the diplomatic landscape on how we are going to potentially communicate this in the future. She has discussed some things with me, and there will definitely be a uproar and a change either way, either from the Holy Lich side, or from the Azathian side, or from the Collar side.
There, if the story tells, if the stories are what was shown on those murals, and if we are understanding them correctly, that could change a lot of things indeed. And some people might not be happy about that.
Yes, I think that. Yeah, because we have to take into consideration if this comes to light, that would put the people in power at the moment in question. And I'm pretty sure some of the Chamber of Dukes wouldn't want their power to be questioned.
Indeed.
That is a interesting development that we have to keep an eye on in the future.
Yes. Which is why I thought I wouldn't mention it to you, because it will, it will probably come back to you at some point.
I definitely will, and I might have to more deeply inform myself over the specifics of this to have a better judgment on what is actually being presented.
I would, if I were you, I would have a meeting with Vashina. Very interesting woman. Very knowledgeable.
Oh, that I have no question.
And very good person to travel with. Although we were supposed to be her protection, she may have saved us once or twice.
Yeah, she is a very capable woman. Even around my parts, her name rumors around the halls quite a bit.
Absolutely. I can only add on to the praise.
Well, then, my opinion of her has just increased.
Well, I won't take much more of your time. I really appreciate you receiving me today. I'm gonna go back to my companions and update them on the situation so that we can prepare and get ready as fast as we can.
Yes, of course. No worries. Was glad talking to you again.
I'm very happy I had the chance to talk with you and update you a little bit.
I hope it stays this way. Please, stay safe.
I will do my best. Thank you very much. And I'll take my leave.
Yes, leave back to presume the Tower of Weird.
Yes.
Then, yes, is there anything else to do from your sides?
Well, I'll give you the money for those scrolls. Thank you so much.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, anything that can give us a little bit of a boost, or you a boost, so that you can
I think this will
Yeah.
help everyone for sure.
Yeah.
Especially flight, that kind of scares me, but obviously could be of great use.
We've already flown on eagles.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
I agree, but I mean, come on.
You're right. Well, are we good to go for tomorrow morning? I sent word ahead in Overmere. I think I've secured us some holy waters to help against demons.
Are we all together in the tower?
I presume so.
Okay. I just visited with my professor back at the academy, and it seems like trouble is brewing at the crossing. There is a legion there waiting for a move from Colis, and the Azathian military is in Port Izamath waiting for a move from the Legion. So,
Did your professor say why?
Colis has they renounced the Holy Lichnius as their religion and have started their own, so that might have pissed them off. Also, with everything that happened with the pact and everything, there was already some tension and everything.
Right.
And the legions in Ovalmere and in Fort... Oh gosh, I forgot the name.
Ashgate Fort.
Ashgate Fort have also signed with their respective sides, so Ovalmere and Ashgate Fort, as peace treaties, so they were declared heretics.
Do I know who is at the fort? Which one that is?
Can I make a history check?
Do history. There you are. 17.
17. They usually shift around, but one that is there very predominantly is the second Crusader Legion of Azazel.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yes, you were saying?
So yes, there is trouble brewing at the border. Apparently the Lichnius has started putting pressure at the east and the north as well, so yeah, it might get ugly pretty fast.
Yeah. Right,
So,
and
yeah.
it's kind of hard to say where allegiances are with the Legion at the border, or especially Colas.
Yeah.
Because none of us have ties
Yes.
there. Do we know has anyone looked where the crossing specifically is? Is it on the border, like we assume?
Talking to me?
I'm talking to everyone. 'Cause I know somebody did more research on it.
Oh, I
But-
tried, but I failed horribly.
I mean, I don't know if I would have heard anything about where Ismith's Crossing is. Seems pretty far from home.
And you all can make a history check since you have been researching. If you forgot, maybe I can refresh your memory on that.
Try. 15.
15. It's a pretty well-known like geographical site. It's the tiny bit of land that connects Collis with Azathia.
Okay. I guess we go there and just make it known that we're not here for any side but our own, and not here to start anything. And
Well, speaking of that, I have something for you all that might help us. May or may not. I mean, I thought since we are going to be working for Sisyphus for the time being, I thought it would be a good thing that people started to recognize us.
And Felicia disappears.
Okay.
Hurry is gone.
By the way, your microphone is up, so you're very quiet. Yep.
My computer restarted randomly on me, and I was just like,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So yes, I thought it would be important that people recognized us and took us a little bit more seriously. So I got something made for each one of us, and I'll get my little pouch out, and I'll take out 4 medallions that have this kind of yellow gold circle in the middle, and it around it has like little metal wires that kind of look similar to a shield or perhaps dragon head. Who knows? Really, it's kind of abstract. And there are 4 little branches that intertwine in the middle of it, and on top there's a very distinct FW engraved in it. And I actually enrolled Jack to help me with the visual.
Yep.
Yeah, I got this in the cahoots with him.
So this
hidden
is
behind our backs.
Yes.
what it looks
I did.
like.
So this is what I'm handing
Oh.
That's a legit medallion.
you.
as soon
Yes.
as my roll 20 decides it wants to open, I'll be able to see you. That's your excitement.
So yes. And in the back of it, if I hand each one of you, in the back of it is each of your name engraved in it.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. So this way, people might take us a little bit more seriously and kind of selfishly, as you see your name is engraved in the back. So if something was to happen to us, we would have our names.
Very smart.
Yes.
This is a
So-
wonderful gift.
Yeah.
This is for you. It's nothing too fancy, but I thought it was time we had our own little something.
You're so thoughtful.
And I will also add, as a mechanical benefit of now possessing this medallion, which is just kind of my out of game kind of gift to you, is because you have now this Fate Weaver medallion, you can now use inspirations for other people in your party. Because I usually have the very strict rule that you can only use it on yourself. However, since your fate are now tied together through this medallion, whenever anyone fails a roll and another player has an inspiration, you can gift your inspiration to them to re-roll a roll
Nice.
Look at us.
to make it official.
Hey!
So special.
Well done.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I'll pin it on my robe.
Yeah, I'll also pin it on my stuff.
Yep.
Yes, and Glamour will also say, Oh, what a fancy pen. And then he just continues to write on his notepad with his inked claw that he now possesses.
Wonderful.
Where Arya pins hers is very symbolic in nature. She puts it on the same side as her Inquisition mark. So it's like right next to it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Isara would put it on her heart.
As a show.
I'll put mine on the inside of my my leather apron. There's like a little stash pocket that usually just for like random things, but it's literally just like right here on my chest, but on the inside of my leather.
Very well.
Well, then we now go north on official Fate Weaver business.
Yep.
Okay. Then, with that, y'all kind of come and close up the day, preparing yourselves in the last nightly hours, unless there's anything in between y'all would like to do. I would ask one of you to roll me a D100.
Miss Fate Weaver Emblem Maker, do you want you to do the honors?
Okay.
Go, let's see if it's a omen of good luck or bad luck. 46.
Kind of middle.
Yeah. Ambiguous. Just like
Yeah.
fate.
Perfect.
Yep.
Very well. You'll go to sleep with a variety of different things swirling inside of your minds, kind of contemplating about the current circumstance that is occurring outside of these city walls and what you will be thrown.
I do have one wizard thing. How far into fly would I be able to scribe?
How many hours
Because
does
that
it
would
take?
take me 6 hours.
I say you could do it
Okay.
in this day, since you didn't do much other than shopping.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, so you could definitely have pushed that in.
Perfect.
And with that, the extra worry has been added to Fiera's mind whether or not it is a good idea to fly or not, and that we will see once she casts a spell. However, you all wake up refreshed, maybe a bit nervous, to a new and bright day. A new adventure awaits.
Can we do a quick potty break?
That is exactly where I wanted to do my break, but you stole it from me. God damn you, Felicia. God damn. Anyways,
Sorry, I really have to go.
that's why we're gonna take a quick break. We all gonna see you in 2 seconds. Bye. And we are back. It was a new day. It was a new sunset. Y'all probably packing your things before it's time to leave. So this is the last moment where you can do something.
Right. Before we leave, I believe some of these were for you, Fiera, and I'll plop out the potions of healing.
Oh,
I was able to acquire 6.
are they all the same quality?
They are all regular, yes.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense for everyone to have one.
Arya
then-
did get a greater one. So I was thinking of maybe you guys get 2, I get 1, and Arya gets 1. Because I do have means of healing if needed. If that's okay with you.
Works
That
for
sounds
me.
wonderful. Sure.
Okay, so I'll give 2 potions to Fiera, 2 potions to Eirik, and 1 to Arya.
Very well, then you can add those to your inventory.
Thank you.
And these are the common ones, the 2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Feel a lot
And
better.
you don't owe me anything for that. That is on me for the group. I think it's an important investment.
Yeah, yeah. Protection of any kind is helpful.
Yes. Yes.
So we've come to realize.
Right. So once we get to Ulvermere, I did talk with the High Cleric and secured us some holy water. So I just need to make sure we get that before we head north. But I think we're good to leave here, right?
Yeah.
Glamour?
Le-
I'd assume you're coming
leaving a
with us?
place. Oh, sorry.
I
Ooh.
was wondering what you're doing, Glamour, since you're kind of tied to the item we have.
Well, I'll obviously have to follow you. I know I'm a cat, but I'm now also Steve, member of the Fate Weavers.
I'm glad you're embracing the name, Steve. I'm sorry it's not more fancy. It was the first name that popped into my head.
No, it's actually good that it's not fancy. It would have been good if it's glamorous. But I think being low-key as a cat now might actually help me. The Elfenbein
people
cartel
think
might
you're dead.
still be after me, so actually, you know what? I'm pretty happy with Steve.
All
Wait,
right.
Fiera, I'm curious. How does this work? Can Glamour talk to other people now, or is it just us that can hear him?
I assume everyone can hear him?
Right? Yeah. Okay. I had no idea if it was tied to whatever, but
Oh, we have a talking ocelot.
it's nice to have a mascot.
Glamorous mascot as well.
Right.
Can we make in our chat an emote that's an ocelot?
Yeah, we have to do that. Okay. I will do that.
Oh, jeez.
If someone's annoyed with glamour, you can just hit the... It should already be one, right? That not
Okay, yeah, anything else? Oh, that's cute.
Okay. I guess no one else. What you say? What kind of derpiest tiger was that? Yeah, you kind of make your way back to the Inquisition and go into the main library, and you kind of get escorted inside, going back to that one room that was heavily guarded by one of the kind of guards that you've also seen inside of the high plains of Zulania. And as you go there, you can see there's now another member who has like an Inquisition member with longer robes. Seems to be like a male drow, but quite young, or similar age as probably Isra or Arya. Very short white hair, and then the very kind of classical Inquisition garbs, which are usually kind of dark grey, but has like green rims on his sleeves and the bottom of the thing. As he kind of turns around, you can also see has like two what's it called, earrings kind of pierced inside. And Arya, you would actually recognize these earrings, and you would actually recognize this guy as someone you, in your main group when you started your training. This is Baron Zeinfirst. who, when you first started in the Inquisition, you were set into a group, and he was one of the members. And as he kind of just turns around and sees you, and see a similar expression come over his face, and then he's like, "Oh, what a sudden surprise! I couldn't believe it myself. Is that
Is it really you?
It's really you? Ah, haven't hit of you in like what, 80 years or more?
Man, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I see you're still with the Inquisition,
I am.
doing busy work. Oh, I apologize. I don't want to be rude to your friends.
Oh yeah, sorry. this is my friends. There's Izarel, Dr. Fiera, and Eirik. We're part of the Fate Weavers.
Oh, one group name as well. Sie departed from the untödliche crew back in the days when we were hanging out and making trouble in the Inquisition. Good times.
You know it.
Well, my name is Waren Seinfürst. I'm responsible for transporting you over to Obermir. And I see these people are having a laugh out. Oh my god. Which reminds me, Glamour and also sometimes says, "And my name's Steve." Kind of, Ron looks down, it's kind of confused. Oh, echt talking cat. What a sudden surprise. Hello? Anyways, as I was saying, I'm the one responsible for sending you over. Kind of just always looks to the cat, who is, by the way, walking on 2 feet.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
So for reference, it's oh, what's it? The Studio Ghibli film with the cats. That's what it looks like. Oh my god, I forgot what it's. Great film. Anyways, he says, well, yeah, just nice to see you, Aria. I think we won't be talking for long since you're going to over me. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe in the future, if you have free time, please send me a message. Would love to catch up what you have been doing.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. We'll definitely have to catch up and have a drink or something.
Have you heard of any other members? Have you encountered some of the others?
No, you're the first I've seen in a long time.
Well, that's kind of sad. I wonder how many of them are still with the Inquisition.
That's a good question.
Well, anyways, and then he just kind of leads you inside of the underground tower. Yes, that is exactly how it looks like. Exactly how it looks like.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I wish I could share, but I can't. It would be too much trouble. Yeah, you go inside. Once again, it's this hollow tower with a staircase that kind of leads to these dome-like rooms that are kind of placed inside of it. And he takes you to the one that Fiera and Aria, you have already been before. And kind of opens the door. You can see the arcane sigils placed out in a circular fashion, kind of with silver or maybe platinum or some very expensive alloy kind of runs through them. Steps inside and says, "Right, is everyone ready? You're sure you have everything you need?"
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
We're ready for the next path.
Very well. Then, hold on to your stomachs. We'll always feel a bit weird. Starts muttering a few words. As you can see, the sigils of the floor start to light up. And you are heated away. Once again, you just feel a very heavy tug. Though it's a physical sensation, it feels almost like your stomach is getting pulled out of your body, similar to a roller coaster doing a backflip before you land. A bit dazed after the immediate transportation, as the kind of images in front of you kind of all shift into place as your eyes adjust to the new room, though it seems visually like the exact same room you have just left, though the air is probably a little bit cooler as the light kind of fades. And Baron then says, well, seems like everyone is here, including the cat. Oh my god. Nah. Woo. Trust me, different experience inside of a cat body, that's for sure. Oh my god. And then he's like, okay, let's get him out before he pukes on our teleportation circle. And he opens the door and leads you outside. Yeah?
Could you bring us to the rooms that I could use for personal use? When we're traveling, if I wanted to return here.
Arthur Ovalmir?
Yes.
Do you have the credentials to do that?
I don't know. We got permission to go here, so I assume yes?
Make a persuasion check. 14. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, Aria's your friend. She's a great person, so I don't see the harm. And then
Makes sense to me.
leads you out, and you kind of, and this time you actually have to go down the stairs unless you step out. You are in a unfamiliar city. You can see a few trees already outside, like little parks and benches that are placed there, and then larger buildings kind of flanking this somewhat smaller tower. Definitely small in comparison to the tower that is in Zunania. But there seem to be 3 other towers placed on the right side and left side of it. And he kind of leads you to the left one. And it kind of goes through there, unlocks the door. See another Inquisition member who kind of just nods over, kind of recognizes Warren, since he probably kind of comes here quite often to transport other people. Stepping inside and goes into the lowest room, where he then shows you the arrival circle that is open for all.
Okay, yeah, I'll take the minute or 2 I need to write down notes in my notebook.
Yeah, it probably takes a while since these sigils are quite complicated. So it would probably take 10 minutes minimum.
I'll do it.
Yeah, after that, you are finished. And after finishing that, kind of just looks at you all and says, well, hope you have a nice stay here. And once again, Aria, great seeing you. And maybe we'll have this chance to talk in the future.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Right, well, I shall say my goodbyes then. And he turns around and leaves, leaving you kind of in this place. And you can see that there's a large wall in front of you with a gate very visibly there. And looking around, you can also see large walls behind you. So very similar walls to the ones in Zunania. And it becomes very quickly evident that you're inside of a large city. That's for sure, especially the commotion that's going on outside, especially in the early morning hours where people are, you know, preparing the stuff. And there are a lot of folk, oh not a lot of folks, there are quite a few folk kind of walking around in this area, but they seem to be dressed more on the formal side. They look like politicians and the sorts.
So who's been here?
Do I look like I've been here?
You've been around, from what I can tell, so I don't know.
Would I have been here before?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think in your Inquisition days, active Inquisition days, you would have kind of bounced around the major cities. So you very definitely would have been here. Yeah, you are currently in the Greenwood Embassy. And obviously that's the place where all arrivals. What you see in front of you is the gate that leads to the High Castle. The Tree Crown Castle inside of Ovalmir, and behind you get access to the common areas. And actually, just so you have a visual, like if you would have wanted to get a map, that would be extremely easy, so we will just kind of skip that part. This is Ovalmir.
Go to the gift shop.
A new
I
map.
always love when we get new maps. Like, it's always exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're in the Greenwood Embassy, and you could point out the different sections of the city.
Yeah, so I would, like, say to Fiora, I've been here a few times. That ways to the High Castle, that ways to the Commons. We're in the Greenwood Embassy area right now.
Well, I would assume that to get the holy water I talked about, it would be in the Holy Defense grounds. My guess is that's where the Legion is stationed, and there's probably a light church there.
I guess that would be the right spot, yeah.
Where are we situated right now? Kind of? Oh, at the embassy. Okay, sorry. Completely missed it, and it was right in front of my face.
Yeah.
We're not too far.
That big tree in the middle, is it visible from where we are?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you've probably seen everywhere.
Y'all know what I want to do.
You and your trees.
Yeah. Yeah, so as you mentioned, you want to go to the defense grounds. I'm gonna look at you all, then look at the tree, then look at you all and say,
Come on.
I would like,
Come on.
I
Arya-
want to talk to it.
Arya just takes your hand and starts walking that way.
We'll meet you in a...
Okay, Eirik, tree or very fancy Lichness church with a lot of soldiers?
Both confuse me. I guess. I mean, it's you shouldn't be going somewhere alone, really.
Honestly, I'll probably be going to the safest spot.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Okay.
Okay, a party split right at the beginning. That is.
I'm gonna roll my
Yeah,
my hours.
your hours.
Clock in, clock out.
Where the heck is it?
That's a roll at the 8. Psionic Whispers, that's what it's called.
Yep. Twice in a row.
Jesus Christ. That is 1 in 64 chance right there. Yeah, I'll say we'll follow good old Fiora and Eirik gang. The two humans. Oh yeah, it's separated in human and elves. Interesting. Well,
It usually gets split like that, oddly enough.
yeah, it does. Well, not oddly. I mean, you both are Icewell and Eirik are friends. I don't know, not Icewell and Arya. You both are friends from previous lives, so that kind of makes sense.
Who did Glamour go with?
Yeah, you obviously will follow Fiora around since she has the crystal.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Yes. Fiera is the tethered to
Yeah,
him, so
unfortunately.
he's your familiar.
I decline that every time.
And walks by your side, just kind of looking at things. Isn't saying much, just kind of taking in the environment at the moment. Yeah, so you will probably head this direction, since there's a gate that will lead directly into the defense grounds. Going there, you can see, especially in this area, now that you kind of, you know, clock in who's around, you can see that not your typical rose guards are here, which are the normal city guards that are placed in every larger city inside of Azathia, but there are what seems to be like Crusader knights, very well adorned platinum armor with white capes behind them. So they look a little bit different. They seem to be a lot more lightly armored than the ones you encountered in Zunani as they approached, and they have a kind of several scrolls tied to the side of their legs, and a kind of shorter sword placed in a sheath on their side. And they also don't seem to be wearing any helmets, and you can instead see their face. They aren't as bulkishly large as some of the other Crusader Knights typically are. And you would encounter a few of them at the gate, kind of just one of the what seems to be like more higher ranked members. You can see that he has like a kind of golden rope knotted around his left shoulder pauldron, and it says, "Halt! What is your business inside of the Holy Defense Grounds?"
Good afternoon. Well, I was promised I would be able to acquire some holy water.
And you are?
Oh, I am Fierakron.
Fierakron. We have one Fierakron here. Has you been listed in? And you hear from a shout. Yes! Yes, appointment with High Cleric. Alright, very well. You may enter. And he just kind of steps to the side. And you can walk inside. And as you kind of walk in, you can see just a large flat area with what seems to be like barrack buildings set up. And as you kind of walk in, you immediately pass by what seems to be a training ground, where there are several kind of younger looking knights currently practicing on some dummies with swords. And you can see a kind of ranged area where some of them are kind of unleashing what seems to be like spells from their swords. And not your typical like holy spells, but actually arcane spells that are currently being casted from them. Very unusual for, you know, holy lichenist people you would expect. And you kind of cross a lot of the barracks. And where are you heading? Since you don't really know where you need to go.
It looks like there's a central building with, is that 4 towers around it, or?
No, it doesn't seem to be like towers, but very kind of like temple-like structures with high white pillars, each of them having some sort of angelic statue inside of them.
I obviously head there.
Very well. Kind of go towards there. You can clearly see that a few people exiting from the westernmost structural point. You can see like priests and stuff kind of walking out. And as you kind of go there, you can see these extremely large doors. And you would recognize these doors just from the other side when you teleported to save Arya. It seems to be like the entrance to what seems to be the church. Yeah.
Are they closed?
Yeah, they're no, they're not closed. They're currently open ajar. And you can see people kind of walking out of them. And some of them kind of just give you a look, but then they're not very kindly to you. And just kind of pass by without giving you...
I am obviously wearing my Lichius amulet.
Yes.
I guess I'll just make my way inside.
Yeah, you walk inside, and are in a familiar space that you have been a few days ago. You can see the large angelic statue at the end of the hallway with the big, gigantic shield that is also placed in front of stained glass. And as soon as you step inside, it seems to get brighter, even though you're stepping from daylight inside of a building. Kind of doesn't make much sense, but something's definitely illuminating the inside with the alabaster white walls and rows and rows and rows of benches where several people have already started their daily communion. And at the very end, you can already see, almost like awaiting, the High Cleric.
I'll look to Eirik and see how he's doing in this space.
Very uncomfortable, to put it mildly. I just don't know what to do in places like this. I just feel very not like proper. I don't know. It just
be yourself and breathe, and know that no one here is going to try to hurt you if you do something out of place.
Yeah. I don't know. The last time we were here, we got sent to fight a devil thingy.
You make a good point. And I'll walk toward as Aquinas, High Cleric.
Yes. You can also see that there's a other figure that's kind of standing next to him as you kind of get closer, and he seems like he's somewhat in conversation with him. As you kind of step inside, he kind of had his eye focus on you, but seems like he was in a conversation with someone else. And as you kind of step closer, you immediately feel a tingling sensation inside of your fingertips and your nose, and a kind of warmth that kind of covers your chest and your body. And it almost feels like you're stepping inside of a sauna, but in a very pleasant way, a very comfortable way. And for some reason,
both of us feel this?
Yes, both of you feel that very vividly, almost as if a way you could imagine is a serum of courage juice is kind of currently being injected inside of your body. And there's just a sense of pride that you currently carry within each step you take as you kind of approach further and further to the High Cleric. And the individual next to him, you can now see more clearer, has this very beautiful and elaborate armor that he's wearing, very similar to the Light Commander that you have met before, but this seems to be probably a Light Commander of the Crusader Legion that is stationed inside of here. A very handsome man, square jaw, platinum blonde hair that almost seems to be glowing as the light from the window pane is kind of shining against it, and you can see this large sword on the side. And he also kind of stops talking with the High Cleric and also kind of just steps aside, looks at you approach as the High Cleric also looks at you, and he says, I see you have made it safely here. So, holy water, you said, Fiera.
If there's some to spare, yes. Our current travels will be outside of city safety.
Well, then, holy water will most definitely do. And don't worry, we have more than enough to spare. Yeah, it's one of the things we can supply quite heavily. And looks over to the presumably Light Commander, and he also just kind of gives a nice smile. The High Cleric kind of turns around and walks to get them, leaving you alone for a bit with the Light Commander.
Of course. Oh boy. Could I get a sense of age from this gentleman?
Can I make an insight check?
I remember the other when we met seemed a lot older than he was probably giving off. 14.
14. Like from a straight visual point, he looks
Yeah.
like in his 30s probably.
Like in his prime.
But you also know, since he's probably a very holy person, and most holy people don't age the same way as normal, so he could be hundreds of years old, but just retained.
Exactly.
But with the 14, you do see that he has an edge to him that normal people who were in their 30s definitely wouldn't have.
I'll walk up to him. It's an honor to meet who I presume is the Light Commander of this wonderful city.
Yes. Guessed correctly. And you seem to be in great contact with the High Cleric here.
A recent friendship.
He seems to be leaving quite the good impressions around here, which is very welcoming in this day and age. Well, it's a pleasure to also meet you. My name is Francis Hilfrichsohn. Which I can...
am Fier. Yeah, please. That's all I'll say. Well, Your Holiness, I am Fier Kran of Fimberdeus.
I've heard of some of the things that you have been doing from the High Cleric, and the odd position you have been placed inside of, and I commend your group's bravery. I believe not many people would go through the struggle of seeing the other side.
Well, I'm lucky enough to be traveling with some individuals who have the courage to do what must be done if we want to see a brighter future.
Yes, courage unfortunately has been lacking these days. The cowardice of people have made their minds go corrupt, and lies have been spreading throughout the land. And even us, faithful, are now blamed for heresy, though we only seek the light.
I've heard much the same.
But who's your companion here? He seems to be belonging to you.
I'm Eirik Banner. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure's mine. That's what the High Cleric kind of returns. Oh, right then. Okay. Well, I can spare up to 4 bottles of holy water. I think that should probably be more than enough, otherwise it will become quite cumbersome to carry these around. And he shows you these very nice kind of bottled glass vials that have kind of a silver casing on the bottom and then a cork that prevents the fluid from running out, and giving you 4 of those, which you can now add to your inventory as well.
Wonderful. I appreciate it greatly. I'll make sure they are put to good use.
I'm sure they will. Blessed by my own hands. So, all the good they do, I will see as also my doing. And I see you have already introduced yourself with the Light Commander. Yes, just discussing the usual things. But You are heading up north now, is that correct?
Unfortunately, it seems our travels are toward the border. Toward, Ismith Crossing.
Like Commander kind of says, bit of tension going on there right now. Definitely would keep an eye out on the east.
I've heard.
We'll have to accompany you, but you have to stay stationed inside of here, otherwise we might grab the attention of the Crusader Legion. So, fortunately, my arms and hands are tied to this place, for better or for worse.
Well, we all do what we can, and time presents itself, so... This is our journey.
Yes. By the way, you both, as far as I'm concerned, have met the 12th Legion's commander, is that correct?
Yes, we had a meeting with them in person.
Well, commendable to say that you walked out of that rune alive, because most people don't.
It was unique, but we were forewarned, thanks to my late brother.
Ah, your brother's enlisted?
He was at the Helios Gate.
Oh. Have you heard word of him since?
There's been no sign of most of the men stationed there, unfortunately.
Sorry to hear that. Well, I'm sure he was a courageous man, and he died doing what he believed in, which is defending people. And for that, I'm sure he's now resting inside a better place.
Right.
Yes, do not let evil discourage you, because that is how it wins. That is what I like to remind people of. Giving up means losing. Going on forward means hope. Hope is what will get us to the other side. So, I wish you luck on your journey, and stay ever vigilant.
Of course. Thank you so much for this meeting and the water. We'll do our best.
Well, until we meet next time, hopefully on much better terms.
That is the plan.
They just kind of slightly bow their head. Just continue their own conversation.
Yep, I'll turn and I think I'll kind of actually try to grab your arm, Eric, and pull you along.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
You then leave the building where we will then switch over to Mrs. Tree Friend and her tag-along friend. Yes, you get to the other gate where there are also a few crusaders who are stationed there, but also some rose guard who are also kind of joined up there to guard. And it seems to be looking for potentially a cat. Who knows?
No, I dropped something and I'm just making sure my stepson did not wake up. Looking at the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're good.
Yeah, the guards kind of obviously also halt you. The gate also seems to be closed. Says, "Oh, what can I do for you?"
Hi, yes. I was hoping to get a closer look at the tree, and I point in the direction of the big tree. I was hoping to see it a little bit closer.
Well, it's next to the castle, so you need a invitation as to why we don't just let any visitors inside to look at a big tree. It's a important tree. You can see it from here.
Right.
I promise you, she means no harm to this tree. If anything, she just wants to marvel in the pure size of it.
I'll get my my pedigree out and hold it out to the guard in front of me and say, I would like to request an audience with the leader of the, do I know who's
The Hurenmeisters.
all right. I would like to thank you. I would like to request an audience with the Hurenmeisters, if possible.
my
My name
note.
is my name is Isarel Liafina from Corvalli.
Kind of look at your credentials and say, "Oh, why didn't you say it in the first place?" Yeah, very well. We will take the request in, and if it gets accepted, I will immediately contact you. That's all right.
Absolutely. In the meantime, am I allowed to enter?
Well, we aren't allowed to let anyone inside of the noble estates. You know, trickery can be going on.
I understand.
Just have to
No worries.
verify these documents.
Absolutely.
And then he just kind of passes it on to other guards. And then
And you can see that Isarel is visibly uncomfortable having dropped her last name.
yeah, the guy kind of disappears, and then after like probably 15 minutes or so, he appears and says, "All right, confirmed. I saw Liafina. These are certified documents, and one of the dukes is willing to have a conversation with you. So, please, gates are all yours now. Open up!"
Thank you very much.
And the gates kind of get lifted up, and you are granted entrance inside. And yeah, it takes you a while. You kind of go through the noble estates, seeing the similar to it was in Suania. The noble areas are more naturally built with many trees and almost like forest-like parks, kind of adhering to the more natural sides, sticking closer to the elven roots. Kind of pass by many manors and villas where high society members are living, but are then eventually brought into a, similar to Zorania, a kind of tunnel that leads up this main plateau. And as you kind of pass through the wall into the estate itself, you can now get a clearer view of how the structure of this side of the district is placed. You can just see this very, it seems a bit unnatural that this big rock formation is just in the middle where the city and the tree is kind of placed upon. Maybe a chrysalis was used to kind of create this. Not quite sure. It looks natural for the most part. But it's just this very, very high, hundreds and hundreds feet tall cliff wall where then the tree, once again, more hundreds and hundreds of feet standing above everything, kind of overlooking the entirety of the rest of the city. You have to go through kind of a staircase that has been carved inside of this natural cliffside and walk up, where you then arrive out into a separate building with desks and kind of a lot of formal servants kind of running around. And you can see one female, very highly, nobly dressed high elf, similar to you, and seems to be maybe even a bit older, definitely. So she kind of just approaches you as you kind of step outside and kind of greets you. Ah, hello. I presume you are Israel the Affiner?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, glad to meet you. My name is Duchess Quellis Herrenmeister. Sure. Put the name inside. Distant, please hurry up. You. And just very green robes on with kind of blue markings on several spots. Very summer-like dress, it seems like, with nice flowing blonde hair that is kept fairly short, that goes to the shoulders. Very bright green eyes. But it seems like she has like very defined shoulders for a woman. That's the best way I can say it. So she definitely does some sort of sport. Which you also notice that she has a dagger in her back placed there, which most Chamber of Duke members would never carry a weapon, but it seems like she does for whatever reason. Probably this was in the family that they're so closely associated with the military. She just kind of walks with you outside of the building, back more into kind of the natural space, and says, "So I have been informed that you wish to take a closer look at the tree and are on diplomatic business here."
Yes, apologies for the intrusion in your day. My group and I, the Fate Weavers, we're traveling north. Currently, we're trying to approach the border with Colis. Yes, and I indeed would like to take a closer look to the tree, but I also felt it would be impolite not to at least pay my respects to the people in place here.
Well, it's very considerate of you. I have heard news of your father, so I thought maybe your inquiry had something to do with what has happened to him.
I don't know how much you know about the situation back home, but he is doing fine thanks to the High Cleric. But yes, he is resting and recuperating, and things are a little tense in Car Valley right now.
Yes, I also thought that you might be was sent here with Telvander zuverlässiger. He's currently staying in the embassy, and I thought maybe you have been associated with him, since you are part of the, or your parents at least, at the Elsing Diplomacy Court.
Do I recognize that name?
Oh.
I know, my ears just picked up. Is that something that we would recognize?
Yeah, he's one of the dukes of Corvalli. Which I can also send a name.
Oh. Shit.
is the wrong. My assistant has to be the one that is. Jack. Assistant.
Yes, I think. You said he's stationed here. Has it been before or after the attack on my father?
Well, Duke Telvander stays here regularly. He's the local Elvath, and you would know that Elvath is an appointed member of the Zufelesiger family for direct diplomatic relations in every city. So there's one Elvath in every big city. So there's always one Zufelesiger in one of the biggest cities that addresses public relations and stuff like that.
I may have to have a conversation with him later. Perhaps on our way back, and I look to Arya. Once we're done with everything up north, I don't want to worry too much about home right now. I am here not on Corvalli affairs. I don't want to mislead you. My group was sent up with affairs regarding Master Zephicus Silverstein.
Ah, the High Master.
Yes.
Very well then. Well, yes, things seem to have been getting a bit more complicated over time, so I hope maybe you had some clarification for these things, but if that's not the case, that is also fine.
I am very sorry. I have not been home in weeks. I left right before the meeting back in Sunanir a few weeks ago and have not been back since.
I understand then. I think I can still fulfill one of your wishes, as you wish to see to our great tree. Kind of slowly,
Yes.
as you walk, lead you there. And there you can see the gargantuan form of this big old tree. And it is huge. I cannot start to describe how big it is because it is so big.
Yes.
And she kind of says as you can approach, do you have a special connection to nature, or why is it that you are inquiring about our tree?
I am indeed connected to nature in a sense. I follow the teachings and the belief of Servalon.
Interesting. The name I haven't heard in a long time.
Indeed. It is a name that has been forgotten with the ages.
I think the last time I heard it is when I was still small and I had a lecture from Zephyrus himself. He mentioned him briefly, talking about the history of, well, most of the cities and of the state of the world.
He is an important figure to who we are today. He is the keeper of lands.
Yes. But fortunately not much known about him nowadays.
I hope it is my wish that somewhere in the near future our people reconnects with our roots.
Yes. That is an admirable and aspiring goal to have, especially in these times. It kind of
Indeed.
looks over to the city itself. Chaos has been quite troublesome. Increase in demon attacks and the chaos in the political conflicts. It's sometimes hard to see the light in the darkness that has been spreading over all of us.
Yes. Well, to be completely honest with you, if I am right, I do believe that this tree, and I point to it, is one of the children of Servalon. And I would like to confirm that.
Oh. Well, in that case I shall no longer disturb you. Please have your peace with this tree. And he kind of steps aside.
Thank you. You know what time it is. I am going to kneel in front of the tree, put both of my hands on the bark, and cast Speak with Blends.
Yes. Once again, letting your mind delve into a more peaceful place. Better place? Better place. As you kind of do that, make a just straight wisdom roll.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Nope, 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 nope.
That is a 22.
Yes.
You zone in, kind of close your eyes, let everything go to focus solely on that which is here and now, that which is in front of you, this tree. And as you do so, you can feel once again a sensation of peace strive over you, as if you're being cleansed by a waterfall. You can feel every grass piece on the floor beneath you kind of brush by your feet. The warm wind breeze blowing your hair, and just this kind of breath of nature take you in. As you open your eyes once again, it almost seems like the tree itself is glowing. And as you look around, you don't see the big castle next to it or the busy streets of the city below, but instead just a quiet and peaceful glade where this gargantuan bit of nature is sitting in front of you. What do you say?
I will say, good day. My name is Isarel. I would like to know who I have the honor to speak to.
As your words echo out, you can already sense that something is listening to you. And you then feel like a vibration in the earth as a voice trembles through into your ears and you hear a response. My name, young child, is Salvon, the Great Root. The pleasure is mine to once again be able to talk with the child of Earth.
It is an honor to meet you, Salvon, the Great Root. I hope I am the first, but not the last, for the next few years to come.
You are not the first. I have been visited by other individuals. Though time passes slowly for me, it might have been ages ago since I have last heard the voice of a child of this earth. So I am pleased to hear that you have sought me out.
It is my life mission to bring the children of the earth back in communion with nature.
A noble goal. It is true that unfortunately, as time has passed, it seems like as though my roots do not touch earth anymore, but instead cobblestone used as roads, and leaves that once offered protection, now only there to shield the sun. The people unfortunately do not sense the danger that is encroaching. I feel that one of my brothers has unfortunately died.
Yes. Telvon. Is it Telvon?
You
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Telvon unfortunately fell to a demon attack a few weeks ago.
And so, unfortunately, our bonds weaken even more.
Yes, that is my fear as well. I visit every trees like you and like Telvon, and I want to leave this message to all of you that I will do everything in my power to restore that bond, or at least try and prevent it going worse. I know that I am but a single person, but I will do everything I can.
I am filled with joy to hear that you have embarked on this journey, and know that I am assured that all of my other brothers will try and help you in any way that we can, and are grateful for your sacrifice. This, I assure you, child of Earth, we will not forget.
I thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart for the confidence you have in me. Your father, Servilon, has taught me great things, and I hope that I can make him proud.
Yes. Our connection unfortunately has been broken. And it also seems like, as time passes, our bond, our power, our life has also been slowly fading. Please, child, for the vitality of this entire land, you must succeed. For when the weave dies, the earth shall sprout no flower anymore, and all the rivers and waterfalls and oceans on this planet will become still.
You have my promise that until the day I die, I will fight. I will fight for you, and I will fight for us.
I am truly blessed to know that people like you still exist in this world. Child of Earth, for you to restore that which once ruled over this country, the goal that your people before you had. You must restore Alitura and find Vitalios.
Can
I will send you those names.
yes.
So is it restore Alitura and find Vitalius.
Okay. Okay. Bye. That shall be my goal, and then you have my word.
I thank thee.
As the wind blows through your hair once more, vision fades back to the place you were before, where the Duchess is there and Arya as well. For you, it just looked like Isra was kind of meditating.
I'll get up, put my hand on the tree, and look back at the Duchess and say, "This is Salvon, son of Servalon."
I just bow to the tree.
Oh, that is good to know. Now I have a name I can associate with it.
Yes.
I should remember it.
It is a great honor to be able to have a conversation with them. I'll druid craft a little flower from Corvalli, and I'll just put it at the roots of the tree,
Yeah.
and I'll slowly back away.
The flower, you can see other roots just kind of entangle it, and it just kind of naturally merges with the root, and now it just seems like it has blossomed here naturally. With that, we're gonna switch sides quickly over back to the human gang, Fiera and Eirik.
So I'm kind of walking us back, just holding your arm, Eirik. That was a bit more of a agreeable, like, commander, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I would say that. It's nice to see that not everybody is like super aggressive and intimidating, and uses their power and seniority for, I mean, not like evil, but like pseudo evil.
I understand what you mean, yes. There are all kinds in the Lichius.
Because I got to admit, I've been feeling like weirdly like conflicted and confused, because a lot of what we started our journey on together was based on how we don't want the Lichnius to control everything, but then here we are using the Lichnius to save our friends, bring them back to health. We're coming to get things from them. Like you seem like a very well-intentioned person inside the Lichnius religion. Clearly there are others who aren't. It just not having a connection to religion like at all through my life, it's kind of hard for me to just see like both extremes like right in front of us, basically controlling our life.
Right. Well, as I'm learning through these travels, you make friends with those you get along on, and try to build on that friendship. And the ones you don't like, you kind of just ignore and deal with if you must.
I'm all for ignoring people. I'm I'm more kind of it's terrifying to me to just not know, like, just generally speaking, like who who is gonna look at you and
Mm.
you know, kill you for no reason because you're not part of the religion, or who's gonna come and save your friend from dying, you know? Like, I just it, it's very tough for me to grasp what's happening here.
Right. It would be nice if everyone who followed our religion, even those who say they have more faith than others, were of good intention. But that simply isn't true.
And I just I don't ever want to like say something that's gonna cause like a problem, because I remember back a few days ago, and I wanted to talk to you about something about the Lichnius, and as soon as I started saying that, you shushed me, so I felt like that was like I shouldn't be talking about that kind of stuff. But like, I don't know why. In some cases, we can't talk openly about the Lichnius religion, and others, it's like we just walked right into a church, and everything's like, oh hey, like, Commander, how you doing?
Uh, maybe that's a good thing you don't know, because the world of politics and uh, connections with high officials is a literal nightmare. In a world I wish I didn't have to go into, but I do have to go into, because I know there are problems that maybe only I can fix.
Yeah. So yeah, really, what I'm trying to say is just forgive me for not saying a lot when we meet these people, because I just don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to be like insulting to your religion. I'm not trying to cause problems. That, like, I feel like just not saying anything right now is just the best thing for me. Because then I'm just gonna start getting on this, like, you know, I'm gonna start talking and talking and talking, and then it's hard for me to stop, and then I'll probably say something bad, and yeah, I just don't want to like confuse anybody or make any problems for us. I just, yeah,
I think you did just fine. No worries for me.
because obviously I'm very grateful for what religion has done in the last like couple weeks for us. Like, we have, obviously under weird circumstances, but we have a ring from,
Right.
you know, to protect us. Like, that was given to us to help us live. Like, that's great. But at the same time, we're on a journey to try to make sure that the very same religion doesn't control the world.
It's
And then here you are being religious, part of it. Like, I don't know. That's confusing.
Yeah, no, I honestly couldn't agree more. It is very confusing. And I think, like we've learned before, we just take it day by day. Today it was useful, but I have a feeling once we get to the border, we will learn terrible things.
So, like, that's the thing. When we go, are we on the side of? No, I know we say like we don't want to choose sides or whatever, but like, all these Crusader legions, they're marching around, fighting wars, but then we're also here to trust people like like you. I mean, you don't want to cause trouble, but there's a lot of people in your religion who are trying to cause trouble. So I keep talking about it just because it's so new to me, trying to wrap my head around.
It's very confusing because all the legions in this part of the world seem very different in what they follow, what their goals are, who they're allied with, and what they may have done in the past. So ideally, we just avoid them all. But if we have to run into one, I will do my very best to make sure we're not their enemy.
Yeah.
So, let's just try to avoid them.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm fine with that. Like, if we can totally avoid getting, into deep shit with these people, that's fine.
Right.
As long as we don't do anything that's going to cause us to not have the resources when we need it. Like for
Right.
your holy water or to heal a dead friend.
Right. Also, I would love to make friendly connections with Colas. At some point, it seems like my path is unfortunately headed there at a terrible time. But for now, let's just go with neutrality and focus on the one problem. So I need diamonds. Wanna go shopping real quick?
Yeah, I was told that I might be able to find something here. So,
Oh, perfect.
yeah,
So
Sure.
let's cruise.
looking around.
Okay. Then, to not make this another shopping episode.
No.
Though, I hate to skip my NPCs I made for this, I think just for the
We'll be back. Don't worry about it.
sake of not making everything monotone. Yeah, what do you wish to buy?
Mine's very simple. I either want to find the largest single gem I can find, worth 500 gold or more. If I can't find that, then diamonds and pearls worth 100 more. But first and foremost, a large gem if possible.
One fat gem you wish to have?
Yep. Of any kind.
Of any kind. Well, unfortunately, they don't have one big gem that is worth 500, but they have a lot of different ones. They have 300 gold worth of amber, 120 gold worth of sapphires. They have 450 gold worth of Jesus Christ emeralds. And they where's my goddamn list? There it is. And they also have 200 gold worth of tanzanite.
No diamonds.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about diamonds. They have 800 gold worth of diamonds.
But no big diamonds.
Yeah, there's not one singular diamond that is fortunately.
And then what about pearls?
Yeah, they definitely have pearls. They have a selection of pearls. They have 270 gold worth of pearls.
Okay, keep it simple. I will get if I can get 2 pearls worth 100 gold each at least, and then 3 diamonds worth 100 gold at least,
Yep, you can do that.
and then I'm good.
Okay.
How much tanzanite did you say there was?
270. No, there was pearls. There was Jesus Christ, 300.
Okay. Can I just get like I don't know, 25 gold worth of tanzanite?
25. 100. No. Wait, how much?
Robots.
Oh,
Sheesh.
No robots.
What a timing. It's always when the guy who is talking.
Yep.
Oh, it froze.
Oh.
Oh, it's a
Uh-oh.
synchro.
Uh-oh.
This time it's the boys. That's a rare occasion. Usually it's the ladies.
Usually it's the girls.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Usually does. Maybe 2-3 minutes. I'm just thinking about maybe just quickly. Well, is there any shopping you two wish to do? Are we gonna as well? Then we can maybe do that.
Oh.
Oh wait.
Oh.
Oh, oh.
Do we have...
Okay.
Do we have...
oh, I'm back.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, at the same
The
time.
boys are back.
Jesus.
Boys are back.
Interesting.
As soon as you ask us if we want to do anything,
Yeah.
that's great.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So how much tanzanite did you wanted, Eric?
Just 25 gold.
Okay, 25 gold. Can get that. Very, for those that don't know, it's a very blue gemstone. A bright blue gemstone. Very bright blue. Very fine. Okay. Is that it?
I'd go looking for my movable rod wherever we can.
Yes, there's a arcane shop, and it does sell an immovable rod. Which
For how much?
First of all, I swear to God, I've not placed this magic item in the store because you asked for it. It was there. I put it there 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
And then you just asked for it. I'm like, I knew.
Amazing.
4,000 gold.
4,000 gold.
Yeah, for an immovable
So
rod.
that, math, how much is that?
That's 400 platinum.
Right.
I'm broke, or else I would give you some.
No, it's fine. I wouldn't. Not even close to ready to spend that. Okay, just so I know for future.
For future reference.
Thank you.
Okay. Then is that all the shopping you wish to do? Can go over to.
Can I make a request at that jewel shop to see if they can get their hands on a large gem? Should I
Yeah.
return?
Definitely you can.
I will do so. Let them know I am looking for one if they can provide.
Yeah. So go there. The owner, who is by the way a Ventra, which is half elf, half dwarven individual, who seems to have direct connections with the gem trades in Collis, and that is where he gets most of his supplies.
I guess we can maybe find one. That's a lot of work though. Well, if one comes through, just I'm looking around, so I'll pay for one should one come through your shop.
Alright, I'll try and send in the request to get is you say it's any kind of gem, right? So don't have to be anything specific.
No. I mean, I prefer a diamond, but honestly, I'll pay for anything.
Alright. And your name was?
Fear.
Yeah, alright. Well, I'll try and get one, keep it in stock just for you.
I'd appreciate it.
And the request has been set inside.
Well, Eric, I think I'm ready for whatever's next.
I don't think I am, but you know, I don't think we have much choice really.
No, not whatsoever. I mean, we could probably run and hide, but then the world would probably go to ruin and we'd regret our entire existence, so...
My existence doesn't exist, remember? So, I mean, I'm kind of good.
I mean, you're making it right now, aren't you?
I mean, yeah, but compared to 20 some odd years that I've already accrued,
Well, again,
all of a sudden my life is just now like 3 weeks old.
what happens once we accomplish our goal and that mark is removed?
Maybe then my
might get
opinion will
everything.
change.
Exactly.
Okay. Then we'll switch over back to the ladies. Any shopping from your side?
Very quickly, just want to find a general store to sell my quarterstaff that I'm not gonna use anymore.
Yeah, sure. You can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Quickly look what I call the stuff goes for. A core stuff.
It's not worth much. I just want to get rid of it.
Yeah, let's say it's probably around. Doesn't have it here. Don't have a list out here. What is this?
In my list of equipment, it says that it's worth 2 silvers.
No, there you go. 2 silver you get
Piece of wood.
for a well-crafted piece of wood, mind you.
Yep.
Which,
I mean,
yeah.
just want to get rid of it.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, anything else?
While we're selling stuff, I'd probably just sell this short bow and arrows because I never used them, and now that I can throw my stuff farther.
Okay. Short bow, that actually goes for, since it's used, well, actually technically it's not used, but has been in possession of another individual. 18 gold for a short bow. And then 7 silver. That just makes that 10, which is 1 additional gold for your arrows.
You said 1 gold, okay. It sounds like I've had these around for a long time, but do I ever use them? No.
Would I be able to find a map of the region near the border?
You could definitely try. Like an investigation check.
Could I try quick?
Yeah.
Persuasion?
Investigation.
Oh, investigation, okay.
Okay. I still for 33. Yeah. Kind of look around. There is no specific map of the border itself, but there definitely have maps of colors where the borders obviously kind of what's it called? in or noted, since it's more of a colorless border than a what's it called? I'm blanking. Than a Azathian border, controlled by colors itself.
Yeah, sure. How much?
That would go for 25 gold, since maps are quite expensive.
I will do that.
Very well. Then I shall give it to you in a moment, because I just realized I've never uploaded my colors map here.
That means he never expected us to get this far.
They were supposed to be dead 2 cities ago.
It's like, god dang it!
Technically, one of us died. He just didn't finish the rest of
that's
us.
Yeah.
The demon should have got them all.
All of them. All of them. Yes. Let's put it on the maps. And there you go. There's a map of colors. Which I notice the apostrophe in colors is on the wrong place. It should be behind the eye, not in front of the eye.
Oh.
The amount of spelling errors I discover during a session in my maps is incredible. Can also show it to the...
It's okay, I will forgive you.
But I won't forgive
Only this one
myself.
time, though. If I see it again,
Don't worry,
I'm in
I
trouble.
don't forgive myself.
Oh, wow.
It's like when you hit print on a paper for school, and as soon as you hand it in, you see that there's a mistake on the front page.
Or
Yeah.
like you misspelled your own name.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That happened to me one
All
time.
the time.
Yep. I
Hey.
handed my final paper in my history class with a big fat mistake in my name. That was great.
Supposed to be the easy part.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the people can look at it there. For some reason, the neutral view, the quality is absolutely fucking garbage. But nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. Got a map of Colis now. Your inventory.
Cool.
Adding to the list of maps that you possess.
Yeah, over the link, I'll yell out to everyone. Okay, double checking. We're walking there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I have food. I can provide shelter. We're armed. We have potions. I found us a map. Anything else? Or are we set to leave?
Well, our next point of direction would be to. Can we have the map of the world real quick? Because I am blinking.
The entire world.
Yes.
Oh, the entire world?
Yes. No. That's fine. Please, not the world.
Without the Everstorm.
Our next destination should be Port Imazath, which we might be able to get a carriage from here to there. That might make things a bit faster, and then from Port Imazath, we would have to walk.
I was gonna say it would probably be best if we find out what actual travel routes are like. So maybe we don't go with a group of people, but like close enough to a group of people so that we're not just alone.
So it's like 3 days to Port Hemazath? Oh
Yep.
boy. What if we just went like this? That's like 4 days just to get there. That would only buy us a day or two.
That also leaves us very vulnerable to
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
think-
the roads are protected with the protection bands.
Right. I'm sure with the Legion in the area, they're probably quite safe. Okay. Does someone want to secure us travel then?
I can definitely ask. I will go back to the the area where the sorry the area where the castle is, and I will inquire about a safe passage to Port Imazath.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the castle itself. Yeah, that can be done.
I could also try checking with Inquisition here. I'm sure they have like modes of transportation.
Yes, it would be great to have a plan B in case I fail in my.
Well, kind of just to make this quick, asking for transport. First of all, yeah, you can definitely just get a cart. So they are happy to supply you with a cart and horse. However, what you will immediately get told is that it will be very difficult to find a group of people who are at this current moment willing to travel up north because of the current situation that's going up there. In fact, a lot of people are arriving inside of Overmere from and are traveling more southwards because of the news that has been kind of spreading around. So you will either have to hire yourselves mercenaries or protection bands to accompany you if you really wish to have company.
It would probably be better just to go off on ourselves. Instead of a cart, could we like get horses?
Trying horses once again. Yeah, you can definitely.
I just want to walk.
Mayhaps, we could see if there's a teleportation circle to Fort Imazath via the Inquisition.
I was told in our last town that this was the closest that we could get to our destination.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, decision is yours, people.
I mean, personally, I want to get there as fast as possible, but
Which should be horses. I don't think we need a cart.
yeah.
Unless we want Steve to ride in the cart.
Get a card just for Steve.
I mean, why don't we just all ride in the cart? Like, I feel like that might be a better option, that we can just all not have to worry about handling a horse.
So like a horse-drawn cart. Get like 2 horses in a cart.
And maybe we could hire a protection band to come with us.
They're gonna die. Let's just be honest. If we go with a protection band, they're gonna die. I don't know how, but they'll die. All the same. We'll make friends, long best friends, and then they'll die. They'll tell us about their lives, about their kids, their children, their hopes and dreams. And then
That's not
demons will come
making
and
me
kill them.
feel any better. That the ones who are out here specifically to protect people are gonna die, you think we're gonna what? Exactly.
So, yeah, maybe we could at least find a couple of people to help keep us alive to Port Imazath. A few extra swords never hurts.
Should we look for an inn then? Look for, hired mercenaries?
I probably would have hired protection bands before in my travels. Would I know where to look in a new city for mercenaries?
First of all, there's a slight echo going on. I don't know from who.
Yeah. It's coming from Arya.
Interesting.
How's it coming from me?
That's a damn good question. I have no idea how.
Every time I talk, her thing lights up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Because she's muted.
Oh. Weird. But it's like extremely subtle. Protection bands are, mercenaries who have been officially licensed, so you can usually go to any military barracks or stuff like that and can inquire there for protection bands, and if people are there, you can then hire them. Which,
so I could...
yeah, in the city, it would be... the Greatwood Military Precinct.
So yeah, I could pop into the military precinct and hire some people to help protect us. As we get further up to the north, I will be honest, I would feel a lot better if we had, at least between the cities, some people to protect us.
I mean, try, but with the way things are, who knows if anybody will want to.
Just make sure they're experienced, not someone just looking to find glory.
They would be officially licensed as a protection band, so they would have at least a decent knowledge of things, and not just willy-nilly people looking for an adventure.
Good.
Okay. Then you go there and ask one of the count lieutenants, and he will kind of just take you to a place where it looks kind of like an inn, but it's inside the military precinct, and there are a lot of carts, horses, and just travel equipment outside. Seems like protection band members kind of stay here, and you kind of step inside with him, and there seem to be two groups, one made of 2 people and one made of 3 people. The lieutenant just kind of says, so, haven't had a lot of people coming here in recent days, but we got 2 members right now, and you can negotiate the price with them if you want to.
Thank you very much for your help. Right, and I'll turn around to the groups. My group is looking to get into Port Amazath. I understand that it is not the preferred location currently, but we have some business to attend in the city.
Make a persuasion check. That is an 8. The 2 groups kind of look at you, kind of look at each other, kind of look at you again, and then one dwarf inside of the 3 group member, and then you can see this seems to be a stout dwarf, heavily armored, big braids on his beard, accompanied by a bird person. Seems to be like a eagle, man, has a very clear ego face, and then what seems to be like a female human who has a kind of bow strapped on her back, and the dwarf kind of says, "Well, sorry lass, more up north, you know, we are good against protecting against demons, but against the entire Crusader Legion, I think the odds are stacked against us. Gotta find someone else." And the other two kind of, you can see a female wood elf and a male human. The wood elf says, "Hate to leave you travel on your own, but the risk is unfortunately a bit too big for us."
I understand. Well, I am ready to pay a premium if someone is willing to accompany us.
They all immediately perk up. Especially the dwarf, he kind of stands up now. "Oh, right then. What kind of premium are we talking about? Cause you gotta pay a pretty fucking penny to change our mind."
Would I know what a good amount would be? Oh my god. Hold on. Would I know what a normal passage would be usually around?
Make a history check just because I think your parents probably would have taken care of that
Yeah.
side of things most of the time. 16, yeah. A normal passage can go up to 250 gold, which is a cheap option. Most people who pay for protection bands are like established merchants, and the companies pay for their merchants to travel the land, so they can obviously take care of the costs. While if you're a individual, it's a bit more difficult to kind of spend that kind of money. And that's a low price, 250.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh my god.
My vote still, we just get 4 horses and just go.
I mean, let it cook. Let's see.
I'm gonna chime in because I see my friend struggling. And we're not just people that can't fight that are wanting assistance traveling. We can fight, we just know that there's strength in numbers, so we wouldn't be completely helpless people. We can definitely offer some funds for some assistance.
I mean, it's great in all that you can defend yourselves. Our worries in this specific endeavor, not the fucking demons, but what the fuck else is up there, specifically the fucking things we show in the armor. Cause I ain't gonna fight against no Crusader Legion. And if that thing's waiting up there for us, I'm sorry. I'm out.
We have somebody on our side that might be able to make it so we don't fight Crusader Legion.
And make another persuasion check. 12.
Something I'm proficient in.
Yeah.
Kind of looks you up and down. It's like, alright. Well, since it's something that's quite unclear, they're gonna need a bit of convincing with a bit of coin there.
How much coin would you need?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay? Keeping it real between two folks that love traveling. 2,000 gold.
It was good talking to you, and I turn around and leave.
Like, understand, but have a nice day.
And you exit the barracks.
Like
All right.
cartoon feet. You're like trying to run. Like nope.
Run away from that one, yeah.
Hey, they're risking their lives. 2,000 gold for their lives, you know?
Yeah.
But it is quite expensive. Okay, so then, what is the plan?
Back to horses it is.
Look, let's get to the port with 4 horses. If we can do that, then we can figure out what to do afterward.
Okay, so
Yeah, some horses.
want some horses. And the city is willing to pay for horses. That isn't that bad of a deal. So yeah, just to confirm, you want 4 horses. Is that correct?
Yes. I am not using beast shape to go to the port.
Okay. Then
We're assuming Glamour can be on one of our horses.
I can poop him away too.
Oh,
if
true,
need
true,
be.
true.
yeah, but he's a
You gotta
cat.
put him back in an abyss? That's rude.
I haven't yet.
Yeah, he's been enjoying his life, kind of just looking around, living best Steve cat life. Getting a few strokes from children that pass by him and think he's cute because he's wearing a uniform.
Hey, I give him scratches.
Yeah, and he appreciates them very much. Okay, then you acquire 4 horses. I would say this whole endeavor took a bit of time, so it's already 1 in the afternoon. So that's what I'm gonna ask. So you all are prepped at the gate with your horses?
I feel like we should do something else.
I have done everything I could to get ready.
Oh, I want to ask Eirik. Hey, Eirik, this is really
Ah.
a random question. But I know that you bought some, like, bearings not that long ago.
Yeah.
Do you by chance just have any 2 regular ball bearings that I can snag? I don't have an even amount, and it's really bothering me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll dig through and here. 2 ball bearings.
Thank you.
There one.
Oh, and Eirik, can you
Ah.
hold the food I bought? Apparently, 1 ration is 2 pounds, and I have over 30. I can't carry 70 pounds of food.
Open the bag.
And I give you 36 rations.
36.
I did not know it would weigh that much. My
Hold
God.
on. We have a guest.
Oh? That
Glamour is here.
Hey.
Yeah,
The silver glamour.
Yes, Silver Glamour is
Oh.
here.
there he is. So this Glamour does not seem as excited as Glamour, Steve Glamour.
He wants me to go to bed, that's why.
Yeah. Okay, so you acquire 4 horses, sweep your way on them, and with 3 horses you are... Since none of you are proficient in horse riding, unless one of you is,
Oh, no.
We figured that out a couple days ago.
yeah.
That's right.
I am proficient in horse being, not riding.
Can you talk to horses today?
clearly speak with plants?
Yes, I
Cleric?
can.
Can you just let them know that we're chill, we're friendly?
I could
just wanna go for a
absolutely,
ride?
I could absolutely have a conversation with them, and I'll cast as a feature speak with animals because I am fey touched.
You are indeed fate touched.
Yes.
Hey, what do you say?
So yeah, I'll cast speak with animals, and I'll approach the horses, and I'll say, "Hello, beautiful beasts. My name is Isorel, and we have acquired your services to travel. And I would like to let you know in advance that some of us are not the most comfortable on horses. So I would like to get a good working relationship with all of you before we set out on our journey."
The one horse kind of just looks at you. One of the eyes just kind of goes up and responds, "Oh, a considerate human for once. Would you look at that? Oh, if you don't kick and hit too much, I think we shall have a comfortable ride."
Wonderful. I will make sure that you are well fed and well parched during our travel. All of you, all four of you.
Well, thank you very much, considerate human. And he just kind of nuzzles you with his face.
Good. And I turn around to the others. I think it should go all right.
I gotta find the picture. So work I do, I work next to a horse ranch, and actually last week they came up to the fence. I was able to pet them as they were grazing.
Oh.
See if I can find the picture.
Yes, and these horses seem willingly to have you ride them, and you can easily hop on and start your journey for real this time. And as you then ride along, the comfort of the city walls leaves you behind, and you're now in the open nature. As you kind of ride out for, several minutes, you can see that the landscape here is fairly flat. You see a few hilly areas more to the west and a few forested areas up to the east. But most of the trek in front of you seems to be just slight hills that kind of just go up and down. But for the most part, the northern part and especially the western part of Azathia is famous for being flat. And so you kind of ride your way there. So since you're using horses but aren't proficient in horse riding, this will increase and decrease your speed, making a total of 2 days travel instead of 3 days. And you're kind of galloping your way there. One of you can roll me a d20.
A D20.
D20. Oster Williams.
Can I just say, every 8 hours, I just mage armor and alacrity myself?
Yes, can definitely say that. There's a 16, and then I also need another D100 of those.
I'm not
Anyone
doing it.
Anyone want to roll the D100, or do you want me to?
I'll do it. Oh my lord.
Oh.
A 99, which either means extremely good luck or extremely friggin' bad luck. Yeah, you ride and you start off your journey, and it's actually quite beautiful because you can have a clear view of the horizon, which makes it good for you, since any potential dangers that could encroach on you can see quite clearly. But unfortunately, you all are also extremely visible. And the first few hours go extremely smoothly. You have to stop occasionally just because you aren't very well versed in how to handle a horse, and then sometimes they do require breaks every now and again, and forcing them to ride through is a beginner's mistake, which the horses communicate to Israel by talking. And in the later hours, or not late hours, it's kind of late afternoon of probably like 6 p.m. where the sun is kind of starting to kiss the horizon a bit. You can see that you come into an area where the grass starts to extend a bit and grow taller, where your vision is kind of a bit obscured, at least to a 4-foot level as the grass rises up. And as you kind of ride through the grassy area, at one point, just kind of before the sun truly hides behind the horizon, Arya, you notice, since you have such a high passive perception, that in front of you on the road, there is actually what seems to be like a tipped over cart.
I'm definitely going to alert my companions so that they are aware.
Yep, you kind of all stop your horses probably a bit, and as Arya kind of points forward, very clearly visible in the road itself, there seems to be a tipped over cart.
I almost reverted to campaign 1.
You ever encounter tipped over cart there?
I don't know, but my first thought, my first thought was, I need to know if it's demons around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
I encountered a tipped over cart in the last campaign, my session 0.
That is true.
Does someone want to look around?
Yeah,
Maybe?
so I'll actually get off my horse. Has it been more than 8 hours? assuming it probably
Yeah,
has.
it most definitely was.
Okay, let me re-roll my...
How about I give you a little bit of speed too, and if you're up for it, I can give you Gift of Alacrity.
Yeah, sure.
I also could very quickly see if there's any magical things around that are not coming from us. I do have detect magic.
But I'll put my hood up on my nifty little cloak. And then I'm just going to very stealthily make my way to this cart and kind of making sure that nothing's like hiding or whatnot.
Yeah, I can definitely make a stealth check. That is a 15. Is it already with advantage? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I rolled a 5 and a 3.
Oh, dang. Sometimes it is like that. Even when as a rogue, you can fail stealth checks. Yeah, you kind of approach carefully. Like I said, there's like fairly tall grass on the side. The road seems to be quite clear. There's a boulder that is somewhat decently close to the cart. So you kind of just go inside of the grassy area to the side and kind of use that as cover. Unfortunately, while you are visually obscured, walking through the grass, which isn't really your thing, kind of still produces a fair amount of noise. But you are, nimble enough to kind of make your way to there. As you kind of get closer, what do you do?
Just looking for any signs of like what could have caused the cart to tip over. If there's like any like evidence like that it was a demon or anything like that.
Yeah, from that distance I would say that is a perception check. That's 20. Yeah, you kind of peer around the rock you are placed behind of. Kind of look. And, you know, the cart is like tapped over, and the front of where the wheels were attached to the cart have been completely broken off. And you can definitely see that something violent has happened that has kind of torn out this lower part from the cart itself. Either they were running, the horses were running too fast and then it just kind of jolted out and slammed over, or some external force has kind of bashed into it. And you can clearly see a lot of splinters have kind of were casted out as this took place. Looking behind the cart a bit, you can also see that it skidded for a while, so probably mid-riding something had happened that caused either the horses to panic and the cart to tip over, and the other thing you can very clearly see are blood stains. There are no visible corpses here until kind of inside of the tent of the cart, and it's like a cart with a tent cover over it that's kind of still loosely hanging there. You can hear kind of a and as you hear that, you hear a heavy thud coming from a grass patch that is next to the cart. And you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh man. Me and wisdom saves.
Oh, what'd you roll, Eric?
11. As you hear this loud thud and a lower, deeper gurgling sound coming from next of it, you can see the grass move, and then just this weird, fleshy mound that is kind of still obscured by the grass itself, but one large arm that kind of just fans over it, and for a brief moment you just see a grimacing jaw of a distorted amalgamation of flesh peering at you. And as you make eye contact with it, your entire body freezes still in fear as you are paralyzed, and where we're also going to end today's session.
Can I just like scream in my head? Well, if I'm
Yeah?
like demonic, let's see. How do I want to word this? Demonic company. Oh my god.
Demonic company. Oh my god.
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 Help.
Help.
Yeah, we are not gonna do a combat now, since that would take way too long. But that's the first thing we're gonna start off with next week. So you have time to prepare. Isn't that great? After being safe for so long.
It's
It
the
was
one day we
overdue.
leave the city. Alright. Well, let's see. The last demon we tried to fight didn't go well.
I died.
Yeah, and now Arya is the only one who's close.
I was like, I don't need like detect good and evil. We'll be fine.
I prepared most of my combat stuff, so
Yeah, me
just-
too.
I'm pretty ready.
I have a lot of combat stuff, but like I was like, nah, I don't need to know if there's gonna be demons, you know? We'll be fine.
God.
And then the minute there was the tipped cart, I was like, right. I'm not Namira.
Yeah.
I'm not Namira. I can't sense evil.
What was that ability? You were able to like sense a demon within like a mile.
Primeval
It was like her
awareness.
enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, primeval awareness.
Oh my god,
That was fun. That
that
was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn good spell, especially here, which is why almost every protection member, band member has a ranger. Just because of
Yeah.
the ability to sense.
I mean, that was Namira.
Yeah. Trained demon huntress.
Yep. That was her entire life.
Yeah. So,
Oh my gosh.
but I think isn't too bad to start out with some action. And also as the last, hey man, it'd be crazy if one of y'all died, man. That'd just be.
Would you?
Don't start.
I can't handle it in my heart, okay?
At least they would get
I'm-
a month's time to prepare the new character, so you know.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's true.
Do we get a picture for this one, or do we have to wait till next week?
You have to wait. You haven't even seen it yet. I
Yeah,
just saw
only
a
Arya has
a,
seen
a
it.
grimacing, disgusting, fleshy face.
And she was in the grass, so we didn't even see this, did we?
No, we're just hanging out by the road. It's starting to get dark.
Yeah, well, you obviously saw her creep up, but where she specifically is.
Oof.
And
Oh, I
then
got
you
marked
just
down.
hear
Spells.
Demon Company, Ermagerd, help.
Triggered.
Like, oh my god, not again.
Oh
See.
my god. It's
Uh,
giving me hot flashes. I can't.
I'm trying to give Israel a heart attack.
Oh my
We'll
god.
take it.
Don't play DnD with COVID, guys. You're gonna die.
Yeah, probably.
Yep, genuinely good advice.
Yeah, don't be dumb like me.
I'm like you.
Yeah. Unless
It
it's
was a pretty chill session, at least.
Oh,
yeah.
Our last chill session for a while.
Yeah, it actually will be.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
I mean, we might run into a demon every day now. So, multiple demons.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Um,
say.
And then a blood demon. And then.
It's not a Jack campaign without demons.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I wasn't the guy who wrote the 99. Blame it on Irie.
Oh, God.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll something and see what happens. Okay. So, what,
You
something at the opposite end.
don't know what the spectrum is. It could be anything
Yeah,
beneath
that could be
50.
random.
Yeah, or maybe it was.
Could be a high and low.
Yeah, maybe it had to be 99. Maybe every single time I choose one number, and if you roll that exact number, is that? Or maybe it's just very basic. I wonder what
you
it is.
suck.
Isn't this the excitement of D&D, people?
I'm
not
like
know.
legit scared that Arya's gonna die again, and then that's just it.
I'm
I got stuff to protect you this time.
I am ready.
I will say
Paralyzed is very dangerous.
it's very
So-
fucking dangerous. If he
Yes, we know.
if he's before you in initiative order,
Well, I mean,
the
I
likely
have alacrity on myself and Arya, so
yeah, so hope, because the likelihood of her immediately dying when he gets a jump
Yep.
on her is extremely high. Is all I'm gonna say as a warning beforehand.
it depends how far away she is too.
Oh yeah. I, depending how far away she is, I might
You
have
have
to
your new
put my
armor.
clothes.
That's good.
What?
You
Oh
got your
my
magic
gosh.
armor.
Yeah, my +1 to armor.
Yeah. Have you equipped
your
it?
AC should be pretty
Uh,
good.
I have 15 AC now.
Wait, you had the
That's what I have
14
with mage
before.
armor.
Wait. Do you really? Do I have a bigger AC than you?
Hold
It's
up.
because my dex is so low.
If I shouldn't be
Great
lower
rogue.
than...
Because I took off my, like, when I didn't have any armor on. Let's see. It said that my AC was 12.
They only give you +2? That can't be right.
Is
Like-
your dex like 13, 14?
My dex is 14
Ah, so there's +2.
or
Well,
15.
15.
Yeah, so plus
So
2 and then the plus
If it's
1
like
from the
leather,
armor.
I guess I don't know what,
What?
armor you got. But if it's 12, then +1 from the magic, and then +2 from the dex, then 15 would be it.
How?
Yeah, it is. Wait, how is an Iceware?
Oh, plus you +1 from the ring.
Yeah, +1 from the wing.
I don't have a ring. I wasn't there
Yeah.
when you guys got the ring.
Oh,
Oh, there you
yeah!
go, the ring.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot it.
Oh, there was
Right.
like book protection that guy
Right.
had. But I mean, it's too late now. But
Yeah, okay, that
Yep,
makes
I
sense.
never had the ring.
shoot.
Might actually
Or
be good to give
else-
Arya the wing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That actually explains a lot.
that ring would have been, yeah. But we'll see. We'll be okay. We got spells, we got stuff, potions, and
Hey, at least
got
you still
stuff.
have all your 10 fingers. That's the main part.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
As a
she's
rogue having
died.
all-
We have Glamour. Is Glamour gonna be fighting with us?
He's there. You can do your wizard stuff.
He's
you
a
can
familiar.
you can cast
he-
you can
he has-
cast touch spells
I
from
mean, if
him.
he's there, I'm gonna try to give him commands if needed. I might give him potion to hold in his mouth.
Yeah. He can do the help action and stuff like that.
Perfect. I will make sure I remember him then.
And you
Glamour
can
is here.
Oh yeah, I will actually add him as well.
I guess I need stats for him.
Oh, he's a
It'd be
cat.
Cool. He's a cat.
So singing next to us, you can just add
Cat
cat.
stats.
Now, cat, tiny bees. They have 2 hit points, and they can claw.
Perfect.
Yeah, which is probably
40 movement speed though. Wow.
Yes, and a 30 climbing.
He's a fast little critter.
I mean,
Armor class 12.
See, we're fine. We have Glamour.
No, yeah. All the problems solved.
yeah. Don't need more than that.
I forgot how paralyzed works.
It's awful.
It's the worst condition next to
That's why we died.
being sleep.
It makes you not be able to do anything.
And
And then they can like crit you.
yeah, any melee attack on you is automatic crit.
Jeez.
So yeah.
Yeah, just depends how far away you are, whether or not we can help or not.
Can't move, can't speak, so you can't cast spells.
Can I do reactions?
Nope. Nothing.
Nope.
Literally nothing. It's
You are like incapacitated, basically.
yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. I'll start thinking of character ideas.
We're good. We'll see how
Ow.
initiative goes.
I mean, it would fit so well with Friday the 13th. I mean, the stars have
That'd be the
aligned.
worst day to die.
Ooh.
You would
You know,
haunt
it makes
us then.
sense.
You would
If I
literally
make
haunt
another
us.
character, I would have a Friday the 13th themed character.
Yeah, just make Jason. It's like just a guy named Jason, just a barbarian,
Jeez.
a vengeful barbarian. It's like
Jason is such a bad name for a barbarian.
yeah, it is actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Anyways,
Well, that's
folks, tune in next time. Especially exciting to see whether or not Ari's gonna die fucking again. So that I have a track record of just insta-killing people that have just been brought back to life, back to back. Not something I would be proud of, but something I can't say then. Anyways, we should cross our fingers to harness our luck and give it to Arya. And until then, we're gonna sign off for now. Bye.